Advancing guard. Foot dive.
All right, we are live. Yes, Chrome Alchemist here with my good friend and compatriot, the Marvel Mandem. One third, but we're only gonna have 2/3 this time. Alas, no Charlie today, but we're still gonna pick up the slack. This is Talkin. Excuse me. Oh, tongue tied already. This is Talkin Tokon, episode 5. And we are here for the 5th time. Believe it or not, we're actually getting this ball rolling. This podcasting. I tell you right now, many a podcast I've started and many a podcast I have not finished. So if this gets to 10 episodes, that to me, that is a massive, massive milestone. That means it's no longer going to be a failed podcast. So regardless, you're not here to hear about my life story. You are here to hear about Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. So, boy, since the last time you've seen us, it has become a completely different game. We had our gripes, we had our loves, all the rest of that. And we talked about them at length, and now we're going to talk about them again because so much has changed. But before we get to all of that, I am going to introduce the person to the left of me right now. Not studio left, but stream left. And it is the man with the explosive intellect himself, the yappentator, yeah. I am C4 IQ. C4, say hi.
Hi.
Is that what we did? Oh my days.
You told me to say hi. I'm doing as I'm told.
All right, fine. Listen, feel free to go off script. It's not a problem. But yes.
I'm a professional, innit?
Okay, I respect that.
I'm a professional. I have to follow the script. It's in my DNA.
I respect it. So, as of right now,
Only when I'm on Twitter, I don't follow it.
only when you're All right, so look, here's where we are right now.
I can't hear you no more.
You can't hear me? Oh, can you hear me now? Just 1 second. Let's see if we can sort this out. All right. Okay. I think I know what's happened. I'm going to sort that out.
1 2 1 2.
I can hear you. You just can't hear me. So, 1 sec. All right. Can you hear me now?
I think Stream can hear me, right?
All right, Stream. If you can hear him, let him know. I can hear him and he can't hear me. Let me just close this and open this, and then that should work out. We'll just have a little bit of a fix here. Technical difficulties, as always. The joys of doing it live. All right. Let's see if he can hear me now. Can he hear me now? I don't think he can. So,
whose side would that be on? I still can't hear you, by the way.
All right. Now you should be able to hear me.
There we go. Now I can hear you. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Shouts to Shogun in the chat. Hope you are going to enjoy what you're hearing. And if you don't enjoy what you're hearing, that's all good. You can let us know all the same. So, where were we?
I was being dry and crusty, only said hi, and then that's when I couldn't hear you no more.
All right, cool. Dryness and crustiness aside, yeah, because the only dryness we'll be having is dry games, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so right now, I mean, earlier this week, or was it last week, actually? How long ago was this now? God, weeks or
I think the original, we've changed everything up, was 2 weeks. But then they started breaking down the things they've changed this week.
Yes. That is exactly what's happened. So, in the last 2 weeks, basically, we have been getting... At first, we got ourselves a nuke of updates and changes to the game, mechanical changes, of which everyone has been pretty much positive about. I wonder if that's going to change here. We'll have to see. And over the last week, again, we've actually been getting drip-fed little bits and pieces of basically elaborations and also other small changes that weren't in that original video. So We're going to go through all of those. We're going to break them all down, and we're going to give our thoughts, and of which there's going to be many. I can tell you that much. And we're going to just basically get right into this one. So, so we are going to start with, I guess we can basically go in the order, right? Because honestly, I mean, I will say this as well. Listen, at this point, it's a meme, but I think it needs to be said, and it's said by everybody anyway. The devs really are listening in a way that feels very uncharacteristic. Like, and not uncharacteristic maybe necessarily of Arxis, but just of fighting game devs in general. You could argue that between, alpha state, beta state, or beta state, like, and launch, not a huge amount happens all the time. You get a lot of times where people will play a game, they'll think it feels very rough, and you'll get a lot of people saying, bro, it's just beta. What are you doing? Like, stop criticizing it so much. It will change. Most of the time, it doesn't really change a great deal. This time, it's actively changing, sometimes from month to month and from week to week. So we can actually honestly say that not only are we seeing like huge amounts of changes, but it also seems to be very much what people are asking for and listening to. Now, that is a double-edged sword, if you ask me, because while I do think that for sure people know the type of game, mostly the type of game that they enjoy, they don't know every aspect of a type of a game they enjoy. Sometimes it's about giving things that you need rather things that you want. And at times we can think we want something and it can then cause other problems as time passes. That's something that a lot of people aren't really going to see until launch time or when they get their hands on it again, right? So that one we'll have to see. But I will have to say, like I just have to applaud Arxis in general because honestly, like it's to me, the feedback is of a standard that I have not really seen in the fighting game community at all. Like at all. Do you know what I mean? So I definitely am just very much impressed with it. What about yourself? What do you think?
I'm not sure if it's more Arxis or more Sony. I can't think of a game which had, I mean, other than like PlayStation All Stars, where a like big team, not just devs, were on board a fighting game. I guess you could say 2XKO, and they did a lot of active listening. I don't think games should be balanced around fighting gameplays. I'll keep it honest. Though,
yeah,
these changes are good. Most of them are good. Like 98.7% of them are good. But if you're listening to your clientele, in fighting games, I don't think it's a good idea.
I hear what you're saying in that regard. And look, I don't entirely disagree, right? Because some people will argue that 2XKO becoming a sweatfest is a detriment to itself as a game, and some would blame the fighting game community for that. I mean, the fighting game community was frankly involved in the development process of it. I mean, obviously, most people you talk to are probably going to be loving the game mechanically. I know yourself, you're not, the hugest fan of it, but people themselves will actually enjoy, like the intricacies of the game rather than having it, dumbed down in a way that a lot of people think most fighting games these days are slowly sliding towards. So my thing is, I've always been of the belief, listen, you give the general audience the content, and how sweaty the game is kind of a bit of a bonus. Because in a way, the funny thing about like the general audience when it comes to fighting games, before it really got seriously PvP in terms of forcing you online, they would actually mostly be like, if the game's easy, if the game's hard, they would enjoy the idea of a quote-unquote hard fighting game. I've seen this even for Marvel 3 when I was playing it pre-release at Eurogamer 2010, obviously, like, what is that, 15, 16 years back now. And I remember playing the game at the actual expo, right? And some like just by that point I was part of the fighting game community, but some like non-fighting game community people walking past, and they were like looking at the game and they go, "Oh yeah, Marvel, that's cool, man. I like Marvel." And then the guy he tried it before and he goes, "Don't you think that game's a bit easy though?" And I was like, I remember just sort of really smiling at the idea of a game, quote unquote, being easy, yeah? Because I was like, so what does that mean to you? Do you know what I mean? I'm sure to him, it meant he could pick the game up and do like medium, heavy launch, medium, heavy launch. And he was like, well, that's easy. Anyone can do that, right? But it doesn't stop, it really doesn't stop there as far as like, you know, game difficulty and intricacy goes. There we go. But, for me, I would just say, listen, if you give them all the other content to pad around, and we'll have to see if Arxis does this, then I think the game being sweaty is not going to be so bad. You know, I think it'll work out. I think it'll work out. You know, because in the end, the game being easy or the game being hard, like quote unquote, I don't think makes too much difference as far as onboarding people goes, right? Like me personally, but we'll have to see. But yeah, that's that. So we've got a lot of people in the chat right now. Let's have a little look-see and see what we've got here. Just one moment. I'm just going to get this up on the side. Even though I can sort of see it there, I'm going to get up on the side because I am getting old. Yes, sir. All right. So, shouts to the Real Mike Hollow in chat. Tune in for the back game, he says. And he also says, it's a good game because I can beat Marvel players now, RC4. Yeah, all right. Well, we'll ignore all that because...
He will.
Yeah. He'll say all that. He'll say all of that now, and then. Well, let's see what happens on launch. Let's see what happens on launch. Shogun says, unless those changes were going to happen anyways. Now, okay. Now this is a good point. We will see if those changes were always meant to happen. But to me, I feel like those changes feel very tailor-made to what the prevailing opinion was. Like, I would say from like beta 2, there was a lot of people shitting on it early on because slop error, everything's bad, blah, 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 blah. But once we actually got, you know, to the end of the weekend, start of like, you know, the following week, people started to articulate far more what they did and didn't like about the game. And I would say basically almost everything here has been like in response to that. Like, auto combo changes to me when everyone was basically complaining about it and seeing Arxis in this day and age when they like, well, at least in DBFZ, they really liked the idea of auto combos. That to me feels like a direct response to, you know, community feedback. And I mean, I think go on. Mm-hmm.
I think it's a mix. Again, this is all speculation. I think a lot of the beta was Disney and Sony's idea. For example, the assists only working in the air when you're in the air. I think that's intuitive. And and Sony, I say Disney, Sony probably went like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Arxis probably went, okay, you drop the game like that, we'll give you the feedback. That's how I think that went down. Arxis probably know better. Where Sony were going like, oh yeah, an assist should come out whenever you call them and where you call them. And then they saw the feedback and they were like, yeah, but you know what? We're too long in the tooth. We're not used to that as fighting game players. So they went, oh, okay, cool. We'll just give you both then.
That's an interesting take.
I think that kind of change happened because of people. But I think some of the other changes was just the game in development still. But right. I could say some of them were definitely forced. Their hands were forced from the feedback.
That's interesting because, like, in my mind, when I think about feedback from Sony, I don't ever really think about mechanical and balance changes. Like, I feel like it's always going to be, okay, what can we add? What can we change here to make it just a product that will sell better? And sometimes it'll be, and I would always think that would be content as opposed to this is going to turn people off, this is going to turn people on. I feel like if that is the case, then I feel like Sony not only are more hands-on, but also much more clued in. And this is not something that I would ever associate with like Sony, like big Sony. Do you know what I'm saying? Like more so, I would think it's just specifically Arxis because I mean they are the talent when it comes to that. Are there things that they would change as per like notes from Sony? Absolutely, but this intricate and this in depth, I would be very, very surprised. But we'll have to see with that. I mean, I was gonna say we could ask, like, if we ever see the producer again, we could ask him. But is he really gonna answer in that regard? Maybe not. Maybe he wouldn't necessarily like answer that. You know, maybe he would just come out a different way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I think as of right now, we can just get into the changes. Before that, let's see. Yep. Some of the comments are just still commenting. Feel free. Anything you guys say, I'll try and get it on here. So let's get started with. Well, we'll just do it in order. We'll do it in order from actually what the video has basically done at the bottom. So we'll start with assign dedicated tag and assist buttons. I mean, I assume this is going to be a pretty quick one, but you can start that one off. Go ahead.
What was that? The assist buttons?
Yes, assigned dedicated tag and assist buttons.
I think people aren't going to like it. I'm a hitbox player. I don't care. You can put as many buttons as you need. I'll find a way to do it. But a lot of people don't. They don't like things that are more than 6 buttons. Some people don't like things that are more than 4-button games. So adding more buttons. To me, an assist and a tag have always been on the same button. I tried, even though I'm old, I'll try and adapt. I don't think it's a big deal. But yeah, I can see people not liking that too much.
The thing is, I've actually seen people say that, in fact, right? They've been saying, oh man, this is going to be way too many buttons. This is going to be like an 8-button game, 9-button game, 10-button game. You know, and I think in the end, like, it would be better to separate the buttons as opposed to having single buttons do multiple uses, because if you do that, people as they're playing, especially with a game as chaotic as this, I think people would definitely be complaining. So I think this is a much better decision, like, in the long run. Even if people initially are like a little bit daunted by the fact that it's got one too many buttons, I think you're probably better off going in that direction. Like, because if you don't do that, and people, I mean, look at the way the game plays, right? Look at the amount of things that are happening in that situation. Like a lot of these burst situations, people are gonna be like, oh, I wanted this, but that came out. I wanted that, but this came out. If that happens over and over again, people are gonna be very, very frustrated. So I think it's the right decision overall. Yeah, I think that's good. Mm-hmm.
I see some bad overlap. Well, maybe not bad overlap. A overlap where before you could do assist tag, which obviously you can still do with individual buttons. But if you double tap your assist, you won't be able to tag into your first character no more. Where before, I think the double tap was what gave you your second assist. I can't quite remember, because whenever I did it, it was by mistake. It was definitely by mistake. I fat fingered it. Because you can only go tag. Yeah, because you can only do assist tag. I feel like you don't need 2 buttons. You can never do tag assist, right? You can never do it in that order. So I don't see why you need to put them in separate buttons. You can only ever call your assist, then tag.
Tag assist is something I didn't actually try, and that's something I will try next time. I'll get my hands on it for sure. Because I see what you're saying. But basically, like, because it's set to like cardinal directions, right? Like down and assist is gonna be the vertical assist, right? And you press it again and you tag. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So I think sometimes I did like down assist for the DP, and then I might have double tapped it, and then the second one didn't give me down, so it probably just gave me neutral. So my second assist would come out. Where this one, it does alleviate that problem. I think it's one of those unintuitive things where, why have these buttons separately when they can only ever go in one order? Like I said, you can't tag assist. You can only assist then tag. So to have them on separate buttons feels a bit weird. But there might be a use case that I can't think of that makes it better. Maybe.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to try it next time for sure. I mean, for me, I just feel like you call any of those assists, and at any point you press the separate tag button, in you come. And that is like far more cleaner, right? So it's like people can visually like see, okay, this is the character I want, and then press this other button, boom, and they're instantly in. And it's just not a problem, I think. But we'll have to see with that. Okay, let's see. Shogun saying
might be a macro. It'll probably be better as a macro.
Yeah, I think so too. Because
then it's a dead button. If you've only got one character on point, then it's a dead button. So if it's a macro, then the priority system wise, it will do something even if you can't tag.
Okay, I hear you with that. We'll have to see with that one. you've given me a bit more to think about than I initially looked at it, because I was like, great change, should be fine. The only real issue I'd see people have is like saying too many buttons. But as of right now, I actually think that could be an issue. But I think for now it should probably be fine for the most part as far as cleanliness goes. But we'll see. The whole tag then assist. Yeah, I actually never tried that. So that's food for thought for sure. Right. So move on to the next one. So reduced frames of tag animation. I mean, a lot of people basically have been like happy with that. They're saying it's great for mix up, great for pressure, etc., etc. What do you think of it?
Yeah, seems good. Mm-hmm. I never had a big problem with it before, but yeah.
Me neither. I thought it was fine. The thing is as well, right? Okay, this is one of those things where I'm saying the whole what you want may not necessarily be what you need, in the sense of faster tag sounds great and more exciting until you have to play against faster tag, right? And then all of a sudden you might be getting cooked. Do you know what I'm saying? And when that happens, then you're going to be like, this game is way too degenerate. Sometimes those like times where it's taking a little bit longer to tag, it's giving you that little bit of breathing room that you didn't realize that you needed. Now it's going to be going to situations where you're just tagging straight. It's not going to be as bad as 2xKO. 2xKO is straight like, I mean, you can't tell until like that split second animation happens, and then boom, next thing you know, it's a mix up. Not as bad as that. Still has like much more like sort of visual indicators, but I think at the same time, listen, I honestly, tagging is so degenerate. Like active tagging is so degenerate that I think we'll just have to roll with it, man. Make it better. Like, I'm not gonna be unhappy with it. It's great. Like, make the game more fucked up. Great for me. Do you know what I'm saying? Great for you as well, I'm sure. But boy,
I love it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
People that said, "Oh, I'm happy for this change. I don't want to see them going, oh, this game's too chaotic."
That's exactly what they're gonna say. That's exactly what they're gonna say. Though we know this is the thing. We know that's what's gonna happen. Like, it's just like before. Like, the funny thing as well about this change is some people are like, "Whoa, this is like completely different now, right? Like, the game's so much better." To me, there's people before were saying, what's the incentive to tag? And now all of a sudden, this change to them is saying, this is the incentive to tag. That's not the incentive. To me, like, making it like more refined and optimized is not the incentive. The incentive was always there. Now it's just like it's pushed closer to your face. Do you know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I see it.
You motherfucker. They haven't changed the incentive to tag at all. They just made it easier to do it. There's no more incentive.
This is what I'm saying. It's like they've not changed anything meter-wise, not changed anything health-wise. Like, those things were there. So now, if you wanted to tag, you could. Now it's just that, because I think, I don't want to do the condescending key jingling thing that people keep talking about, right?
I'll do it if you don't, bro. I'll fucking do it. I'm mad.
They put a couple extra like key rings on the keys, and they were like, because before you were like, oh, like whatever, right? Then they were like, whoa, they put extra bells and whistles on this thing. This thing is great now. It's like, that thing was always there. It was always there. I don't know. I don't know.
Wait. I'm literally just sitting here refreshing Twitter to see the Max tweet for him to go like, oh, now there's an incentive to tag. So I say, oh, what is it then? What did they put in the game that gave you an incentive to tag? I'm waiting. I'm just waiting.
I would like to, and I think honestly, this is the type of, we should try and set these conversations up, and obviously not with specific of Max. You know what I mean? That's the elder god himself. But aside from that, people who do think this way, I would love to sort of at some point get a format where we can have these sort of discussions and debates about it, because these opinions honestly would be better to have out in the open, because of the fact that, well, I think the devs are listening. You think Sony, it might more be Sony, but someone's listening. And so if they're seeing these things, it's going to be food for thought. So I'd be more than happy to have these convos out in the open. Hopefully we can find those people. Me and you, we think it's great changes. The incentive to tag, like I said, has always been there. End of the day, I always think it's a bit of a self-report when you say, why should I tag? because it's always going to be, okay, before your character could do a high-low, left-right mix-up that might be more limited than if you tag. Now you put them in block stun and then you hit the high-low, left-right that they can't even deal with, or you've created a situation that's like, you know, a staggered left-right mix-up that you can't create with your point character. There's just so many different things that you can create in terms of mix-up. And I think it was always going to be a thing that when people play it for longer, they'll eventually see that. But at first glance, they're always going to be quite knee-jerk with that response. But yeah, listen, preaching to the choir, you and I both agree it's a great change. Do you know what I'm saying? Yep. So, right. So, cancel attack from non-rush assists. Now, this is one of the biggest changes in the entire changelog. Yeah. It means now that before, when you had the generic strike assist or the lariat assist, as most people are calling it, during block stun and during hit stun, you would just get your characters to come out and just go, huh, right? And it's just the same assist for every character. It's the exact same stun, everything else. Very generic extension assist. Honestly, very, very boring in terms of like creativity. But now they've made a change where in between these things, you can, with the right timing, you can call your neutral assist and either extend the combo, reset, all of these types of things. Closer to a Marvel 3, because obviously, as we know in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, you could call assist during block stun or hit stun, but the rule was that you couldn't be doing any special move or super move, or be super jumping while you're calling that assist. Any other situation, you should, on offense, you'll be fine. So it's closer to like a Marvel 3 change, which, of course, you know, as a Marvel 3 player, I'm happy. As a Marvel 3 and MVCI player as well, you're happy. I imagine. I'm speaking for you, but we'll get to you. But I think that's a massive, massive change. Honestly, I think that changes the game in ways that everyone, I think, initially can see, and everyone, I'm sure, is imagining, but it will go even further than that when time passes, like as we play the game. What do you think of that change?
Is that about the basically you can call assist anytime now?
Yeah, you can call assist at any time. You can both do that in the air. You can do it on the ground. It's not the lariat assist that was once happening before when you did anything on block or on hit. I believe the lariat assist is, from what I have heard them say, is still there, but it might be during special moves and these other types of situations that, you know, let's say in Marvel 3, you couldn't call assist at all. In this one now, it looks like you can still call an assist, but it's going to be a lariat assist. So that might be a way to create some sort of safety. Which I am personally still not a fan of, but whatever. Mm-hmm.
I think it improves variety, but diminishes in diversity. I think it's cool because teams can be more intricate in what they do. Mm-hmm. Where with the lariat assist, if everyone does the same thing, it's kind of like, okay, there's no variety, but I can pick any team and I won't be hindered through assists. Well, now it's the opposite. So there's no right answer. But now, because there's more unique things you can do in combos, because Storm's neutral assist is different to like Wolverine's, for example. Mm-hmm. They haven't got that common lariat assist to bring him on the playing level field. What you're going to do is fall to meta. One's just going to be better than the other, and most people are going to pick that. So, yeah, to me, it's amoral. It's not good nor bad. It's amoral. It's another thing I think used to.
You know what's funny? Like, I don't entirely disagree with you. Like, so I think initially they had this philosophy of you can play as one, you can play as all. If you just want to play as the one, we're just going to streamline it as much as possible, as little friction as possible, as little problem solving as possible, because those lariat assists, the problem solving came from as you rose in skill level or in requirements for your team, right? So, for example, you have a lariat assist to extend combos and extend, block stun and pressure, right? Very generic. Everyone can do it, right? No problem. If you're low level, you can do it. If you're high level, you can do it. Higher level is going to be like, well, I need something more from this. I need to be able to call assist to create reset situations. I need to call neutral assist in order to, create some other type of situation that lariat assist is not giving me. So what they end up doing is, okay, we found out that you can jump cancel and you can call these neutral assists. So they find a way to do that. That's a high level, technique, right? The lower level players, beginner players, might not really even care about that. They're just like, I just need the assist to hit you. So it worked for them more than it worked for us. I'm going to put us in that category. But now it's flipped. Depending on how it works, it from what I understand, like I said, it can still work in terms of if you call the assist, right? It will still, if you're doing a special move and then you're calling the assist, it should be a lariat. If that is the case, you're still kind of getting what it is that the beginners are asking for, but it's not going to be like easier. It's going to be harder actually, because now it's in very specific situations. So in a way, it's now pushed more towards the higher level of play than a lower level of play. And I'm fine with it because, we'll consider ourselves to be higher level players. And, in terms of it being amoral, I hear it. Like, now it's more pushed towards problem solving. Marvel versus Capcom 3 and Marvel versus Capcom games in general, right, and versus games in general, to me have always been about problem solving. What you're always trying to do is, how can I optimize my team? How can I make this assist work with the character I have on point? How can I create the desired situation, outcome that I want through what it is that I have, through the tools that I have, right? You want to optimize, you want to refine, you want to create certain situations that you could never create before, right? And here they were sort of like, you can do that, but you can also more so, just if you want to pick standard stuff and just, play a normal 1v1 game, you can. I don't think you ever could, personally. And I think that was always going to bore out. That was always going to bear out when the game released. I think anybody who was calling this game a 1v1 with assists, I think was ignoring the fact that, like, anyone who is able to use 4 characters has 4 matchups at their disposal. Every character has a bad matchup and a good matchup. So anyone who says it's a 1v1 with assists, right, just means that when you hit a bad matchup, what are you going to do? Are you just going to keep playing the bad matchup and then just lose? If it's a severe bad matchup. If that's the case, then for you, I guess it is a 1v1 with assist. But, the reality is the game is giving you a toolbox full of stuff and you're just picking up the hammer and you're trying to use it like a screwdriver. It's not really going to work. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think, it's mostly been about problem solving. And I think right now, the way that these assists have now changed into neutral assists, both in the air and on the ground, I think we are now moving closer towards problem solving, which is my kind of thing as a Marvel player and just what I generally like. So those are my thoughts on that. Do you have anything else to add on in terms of assists? I mean, it also happens in the air as well as the ground during combos, and I'm assuming during pressure too. Is there anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah, I think they said. I think they mentioned that all air assists now aim downwards.
Correct. And that's the next thing we're jumping into exactly. So yes, so aerial assist changes, like you said. What we have right now is when you jump, you still call a ground assist until you hit the peak of your jump, and then from the peak of your jump, you then have an aerial assist. But the aerial assist now, in the previous beta, it was air to air. For example, Iron Man comes in the air, shoots Unibeam horizontally, boom. That's your air assist, yeah. And there was like some changes, not some changes, but there were some like differences between some of those characters. Like, for example, if you don't have a beam and you're Ghost Rider jumps out and he swings the chain. But what we found is that he swung the chain like slightly lower than like his actual body. So it's like if you caught it low to the ground, you can still sort of get a ground assist. We were finding workarounds, right? That's part of the problem solving that I was speaking of before, that both myself, Mace, and others were trying to find. Those things, as of right now, from what I can see, have been scrapped now. So, like I said, from jumping normally, you get yourself a ground assist, but you hit the peak of your jump and you get an air to ground assist. Now, as far as I'm concerned, great change, very great change. I think that the people who benefit the most from this by far are flight characters. By far are flight characters, yeah? For multiple reasons. A, because once you start flying now, you can call an assist that goes from air to ground. So that means now that, depending on the type of assist, because we haven't seen all the assists, yeah? Depending on the type of assist that you're calling, you could be covering multiple portions of the ground just by flying up in the air and not being challenged, right? Now, to me, one of the reasonings as to why they had air assists and why I thought air assists were great, yeah, is because in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, flight characters, obviously if you super jumped, you couldn't call an assist, but if you normal jump, you can call assist, and if you jump and then fly, you can call assist. If you're MODOK, you can also, like, you know, at any point, because you're technically in like normal jump height and you're floating around, you can call assists. To me, I thought that was huge, right? Because like that, you could have a horizontal assist from any character. Because now, if somebody's flying around and causing way too much trouble, you could jump up, call an assist, call a beam assist, sting them out of the air, stop them from causing you as much trouble as you can, as they were before. Now, if that is gone completely, I think people are going to start complaining about flight characters. Like, I really do. Because, okay, so here's something that I've had, right? I've had a conversation with some people briefly about this. Shout outs to Zeta Slow, because we had like a brief conversation about this on Twitter as well. And he looked at it like, look, it shouldn't be so much of an issue because you're going to have anti-air assist, you're going to have vertical assist. Now, that is correct, right? Vertical assists are there to knock people out of the air, to deal people in the air. However, of the assists that we've seen so far, and this is kind of leans into more what you were talking about before about the immorality of changing the assist. If I call Dr. Doom assist, he hits a horizontal angle like that. That is not why I want to be. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Anyway, horizontal angle. And if you call, I don't know, for example, who else? If you call Peter Quill, Star-Lord, he just jumps and it's like he does the anti-air, right? If you also call Ghost Rider, he also jumps at a vertical, very, very shallow vertical angle, right? And he just anti-airs directly what's above you. These are all different assists that have different properties and different situations. And that's fantastic, right? Because the way that the game currently works is that you're allowed to switch at any time in between rounds. If you feel like something's causing you issues, next round, switch your order. Now you've got the right assist for the right job. But this does mean that you now have to, kind of what you were saying before, pick the best assist for the best situations. Because if Dr. Doom is up in the sky and he's friggin' shooting, you know, whatever he's shooting down at you, he's peppering you, he's calling assist as well on the ground, potentially, or he's calling assist air to ground, how do you deal with that? If you have Star-Lord assist in that anti-air assist slot, you now currently do not have the right assist for the job. If you have Captain America on your team as well, you still don't have the right assist for the job. You can't switch into it. Storm, you can't call the right... So your combinations now all are not sufficient for where he currently is. Previously, with the generic like sort of horizontal assists, you could jump in the air, call the assist, boom, problem solved. Now you've got a problem on your hands that you can't necessarily solve so easily. This, I think, is one of the big issues that might come up in the future. Some people think that it's not going to be much of an issue. I think with how loose flight is and how slick it is, going from ground to air, like straight away, and you start to move around like that, and you can move very, very well. It kind of reminds me almost of is it Zamasu in DBFC?
Yeah.
It reminds me of his flight more so than a Marvel 3 flight, where you can just actually move quite smoothly and quite slickly. If you can move like that with that much freedom, and you don't have the right assist to be able to deal with it, that's going to cause you problems. I actually remember this happening in the beta when I was playing against Back for Revenge. Shout out to Back for Revenge. Right?
Yeah, he's doing that with Doom.
With Doom, exactly. And he was doing a lot of like, he was sitting at really like oblique angles where you couldn't deal with. And he was just like trying to bait out the 2H. And then when the 2H came, he would land with the button, right? So imagine he's doing that, but he's also causing assists. Like, if he's calling, like in these situations, if he's calling assists,
I don't want to talk about it,
bro. This is what I'm saying. But
no one's respectfully. People that don't play tag games are asking for things and they've not thought it through. That's all it is. They've not thought it through. I said this. I remember I've been talking to Ringe about it, like in the DMs, and he was like, "Oh, but basically he's talking about obviously shout out to Ringe. He was talking about why do I want to apply rules or restrictions?" And I'm like, I like restrictions to break, but we still need rules because, like you said, Doom isn't even that fast. But now I'm picking Iron Man. It doesn't matter. I'm a Tony Stark simp. You know why? Because now I can fly. And depending on how they're talking about this, like top of your arc jump, blah, blah, blah. I am flying into these like obscure ranges on the screen and I'm calling Ghost Rider.
100%.
I'm just going to fucking call Flame Carpet. Tracking Flame Carpet. Now what? Now what? You wanted me to be able to do grounded assist in the air. Now what?
And this is what I'm saying. So in my mind, that air-to-air assist, find a way for it to stay. That's all I'm going to say. If you need to relegate it to one assist slot, do that. But you need to find a way for it to stay. Because if you don't do that, honestly, I think within the first year of this game, you will see it come back in some fashion. Because if you don't, you're going to get exactly the situation we're talking about. And from there, then we're going to be like, okay, well, this was needed and we should have had it from before. Like, and people won't really, say, damn, we didn't want it there before, but now it's back. I'm so glad. They're going to probably forget about it, right? And just say, what a great change. 100% it needs to be back in some kind of way. We'll see if it comes back in. 5 months now is not a lot of time. They've made a lot of changes, but games go gold like a few months before they actually come out. So any changes that are going to happen now, I have no idea when they're going to come, if they come. Like maybe the open beta happens in the next maybe 2 months to 3 months. Because what would that mean? Like May? And then anything after that, they'll probably lock it in June and that'll be it. It'll probably be done. So we'll have to see. But yeah. Shogun says, I like Iron Man in this game too. I like his beam and unique. Yeah, me too. I am always a fan of like the Iron Man's like smart bombs actually being, interesting or good in some way. I never thought, do you know what? I thought they were going to be like kind of broken in MVCI, but I didn't think they were as broken as I thought they were going to be. But I still think they're more interesting than like, for example, Marvel 3. I think Marvel 3's like version of smart bomb is the worst possibly. Honestly.
Yeah.
Because because it's like the worst version of like even though it was like War Machine, etc. The slow big smart bombs were insane. I think those are the strongest version of like any version of his smart bombs. Like the fact that he can like call them out and then like move slightly before and after and create mix-ups, fantastic. But yeah,
they buffed it in Beyond. There's one of the few buffs they gave, like a big buff, that they gave Iron Man. They made it so he's. I think the smart bombs don't go off screen anymore. They come out quicker and he can move out of them quicker. Right. I don't think he can do like smart bombs in combos, but the Oki's way better, way better.
Interesting. Okay, that's cool. Good, great changes on Beyond as well. In all honesty, I remember the conversation about that. Shouts to everyone in the Discord. It was for the better, I think. Yeah, for the better. But yeah, so that's how where we are currently as far as those as aerial assists go. Is it going to cause an issue? I think it's going to cause an issue. You'll see it. You'll see it very soon.
I'm personally going to make it cause an issue. I'm playing Iron Man just for the principle. This is like when I played Krillin in Dragon Ball. I don't give a fuck about Krillin. I don't really care about Tony, but for the function, I'm going to like him. I was probably always going to play Ghost Rider, to be fair. Probably. But mechanically, I want to play Iron Man just to show how stupid it is. And he is one of the few characters that can like do damage from full screen. So I was kind of looking at him before anyway.
Yeah.
Like he can do unibeam any range and go, oh, I can confirm that now. Cool.
Correct.
But yeah, now the driest of games, bruv. The driest. You're just gonna have off-screen flame carpet. So as soon as I break the wall twice, the game is gonna get crackers, bro. No butter. Just
butter. Straight
no
butter. Dry games. I love it.
Dry.
I love
skin of the cucumber, not even where the water is, bro. Just the skin of the cucumber on it. Just no one's gonna have fun.
Word to Ned Flanders, like, what is it? I'm gonna eat a slice of bread with some water on the side for dipping, and that's it, bro.
No one's having fun, bro. The game's gonna refuse to record the matches. That's how dry I'm planning to make the game.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, we're gonna be there full screen, bro. This is gonna be sick. I love it.
Yep.
But you know what? It's like, I agree, by the way, and I think Doom. If we're gonna talk characters that are probably gonna be non-negotiable, I think Doom's gonna be back again, like just feeling every team. Do you know what it is? So before I would have said Ghost Rider was in every team because Ghost Rider is unique. The flame carpet, tracking flame carpet, amazing. His air assist could be used as a pseudo air to ground assist, also really good.
Yeah.
The fact that he can swing that chain and just like have a knockdown as well on his horizontal assist, really really strong.
And it wasn't a projectile.
So and it wasn't a projectile.
Tough like dude. Yeah, it was a physical. So yeah,
exactly.
Super good.
Exactly. So all of those things I think would have been like really, really strong. Might still happen. The reason why I think Doom is going to be on every single team is because, look, me personally, I'm zoning. Yeah? Full screen, dry games, you're going to see it. Yeah? As far as the team goes, Danger, as of right now, Danger, Doom, shout out to Danger Doom, MF Doom. Danger Doom, and then the other two, Storm, and then the fourth one is in question. Iron Man is like in my mind, but probably not. I would probably want something a bit more balanced than that. Let's say Danger, Doom, and Storm are the three. And I think the reason why Doom is going to be on every team is because Aegis Reflector just seems way too strong. Like, if I'm zoning you and you have Doom on your team, why wouldn't you just tag in Doom, Reflector up, and now I can't zone? Wouldn't you want to do that?
He beats a lot.
Yeah. To me, like, you need to be doing that. 100%. Yeah, Shogun says I'll need a beam for sure. Yeah. And also Shogun says, of the cast now, my team will probably consist of 3 X-Men members and Iron Man. Well, if that's what you want, it's all good. It's all good. I don't know which 3 that is. I'm assuming it's not Danger. Shout out to Danger. Still can't believe she's in the game.
Yeah, it's kind of mad.
Oh, what an obscure pick. But you know what's interesting, actually? Funny enough, everyone says it's an obscure pick, but I saw that she is confirmed for season 2 of X-Men 97, so low-key it was all part of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So low-key it was always part of that. Like, we look at it like, why the hell would you ever have that character? But I guess low-key they always knew. So there it is. So, right.
Okay.
We have gone into that one a lot. So, let's see what else we also have. So, super skills no longer cause wall break. What are your thoughts on that?
Good. I don't know if it's good. I think it should have been character specific, but I'm okay with none. Probably. If anyone's gonna do the wall break thing, I think they should probably stay close to how Strive did it. I don't like the fact that
Interesting.
The one way they could balance wall break with the new, you have advantage after wall break. We're going to see that right now on the screen. Oh, no, I'm delayed. Sorry, you're not seeing it right now. But yeah, now you break the wall, you get a hard knockdown, kind of. The way to balance that is like, okay, you only get this if you break the wall with a super, because now you spent resources to get this. So what I think is bad is back throw. Now I think back throw is worse, because back throw, break the wall, and you're going to get Oki, and you get the overheal. But now if you spend bar on a super, unless the super gives you insane frame advantage with the corner, that's fine. But it feels like you're just going to do super, maybe get a little bit more damage. You're not going to get the overheal from the wall break, and you're not going to be at that much advantage. So I just don't understand why they did it. I don't know. Out of all the things to not wall break, I don't know why they picked super. That's my opinion.
So
definitely should be back throw. Definitely should be back throw.
So it's interesting. First of all, I do want to actually point out that you're one of the only people I've seen talk about overheal. In fact, you're the only person I've seen talk about overheal. And I do think that's worth like pointing out because, you know, for record keeping purposes and so on and so forth. But so to me, okay, your opinion is in my opinion more valuable because of the fact that you're a Guilty Gear player. I was gonna say Strive player, but Guilty Gear player. My reasoning as to why they've done it like this is that it's, to me, okay, so one of the things that I've seen people say as far as Wall Break goes, and you can, correct me at any point if I'm wrong because you're more the Strive player, is it's the thing that annoys people about Wall Break is the positive and the meter builds and all of those things that it gives you. Yeah. Now, if you're going to do that in something like Marvel Tokon, here's the thing that it gives you. I mean, it gives you, sure, it returns you to neutral. Now it's giving you advantage. So in their mind, I think they're thinking, we don't want you to do loads of damage from a level 3 or level 1. And then, on incoming, get a correct Oki, kill that character, because, you've taken 40 to 50, maybe 60%, right, on an optimized combo. And now, you've guessed right on the Oki, and you've killed them. A lot of people will be like, well, I've just died in 2 combos, right? Which is probably going to happen anyway, let's be honest. But I've died in 2 combos.
I'm glad you said it. Yeah.
Honestly,
I super before the wall break or super after the wall break. You're still dying in 2 combos, but yeah,
you're still dying. But in their mind, they're gonna be like, well, you've done a level 3 and I've died, right? Now, Strive is one thing that's taught you, okay, this could, the pitfalls of this, but also DBFZ, because of the fact that, it's not so much the wall breaks, but I don't know. Let's say, did Bardock have Oki on his level 3 or level 1? Which one was it?
Level 3.
Yeah. And that, I think, is what they're trying to avoid. I think, in the end, they have handcuffed themselves to this type of mechanic because they understand that they want you to get your characters up as quickly as possible, right? They want your team to be a team of 4 as quickly as possible. And so they want the wall breaks to happen. But they want the wall breaks to happen with as little damage as possible rather than as much damage as possible because of the whole die in 2 combos. They'd rather you die in 3 combos in the sense of you wall break very quickly, then you get hit with Oki again and you got one more chance, right? So you die in 3. If they have it that I touch you and then boom, 60%, and then Oki, boom, dead, people will start moaning. And they will start moaning. So I think in many cases, and this is what someone said in the video as well, I think it's a great decision in the sense of giving you more chances to fight. Now, if you think that, because I assume you're looking at it from a Strive perspective, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore?
Not anymore, nah. I think I've got a better perspective than Strive. Obviously, I would say that, but yeah, I think I've got a better one.
No, fair enough. So yeah, I mean, that's the way I see it right now. I think that personally, if you're going to look at it like, if you're going to look at it from the perspective of how many combos can I die in, which is unfortunately like grimly what you need to look at it as. I think this extends it in a way that makes sense. Like, I think people are going to feel like they have more of a chance because if they're getting hit with level 3s and then they're just dying in 2 combos, it's going to be horrible. And it might still happen anyway, and I think they'll adjust that, but we'll see. I think
the problem the problem, I don't want to say it's a problem because then I'm feeding into it. The situation that they're trying to bypass is my back's against the wall, I don't get to play the game. And I think that's where wall breaking came from, which is fine. It feels like it came from a very humble place. Like they're trying to do good, right? And then the problem was the entitlement of people that are on offense. Like people that are getting hits, they think they're entitled to everything. They're entitled to the damage, they're entitled to Oki, they're entitled to frame advantage, they want everything. So they would break the wall, and then the offenders would go, hold on, I don't get my Oki. I got the hit. Why do I have to go back to neutral? So they went, okay, what we'll do is you go back to neutral, but you get frame advantage. Which is like the middle ground, right? Because in the corner in frame advantage is obviously worse than mid-screen in frame advantage. That's fine. But now they have to feed into, well, if you spend resources, you should get a better reward. And this goes against it. This is a case of you spend resources, but you don't get a better reward. Like I said, maybe you get a little bit more damage. It depends on the super, right? But you don't get as much as a reward. You don't get your overheal and you don't get frame advantage. That's two big things. Why I don't want to think about Strive is because I think the solution to the problem would have been to normalize big wall bounces at the end of combos. So instead of going like a screen transition, if you had a wall bounce that sends you to mid screen, you could either take the frame advantage, but you would have to deal with that character having all of that screen behind them, or you could sacrifice the frame advantage to jump back over them so their back is against the wall again. I think that's what they wanted. That way, the player can choose what's more important to them. Is it a frame advantage or is it a momentum? But now, they've tied so much to the wall break. I think it's hard to defend not spending meter at the wall. I don't know how they're going to do that. It doesn't... Even when it's 2v2, you need to break the wall to get your next character. And now you don't... Now you will be like, well, I'm not going to spend my bar. Because why? Maybe this will make EX moves better. Because EX moves don't jack up your combo meter a lot. So maybe this makes EX moves better. But then it's like you're diminishing supers, which I think would be the last thing a game dev would want to do. Because that's... A lot of their budget must go into supers. Animation-wise.
True.
I don't know why they'd want to hinder supers for EX moves, but...
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, it depends, I suppose, on what stage people pick, and that's been something that I've sort of thought about and always thought it's not going to be so simple because I've seen people out there say that everyone's going to pick X mansion, and I don't think that's actually true. I think depending on the way that you play, you would want to pick something with more panels as opposed to less panels, right? We may see at the start people just go X Mansion the same way we say just go Bond Wonderland, but it has gameplay implications as a result of that. One of the biggest ones being that like X Mansion, when you hit the wall and then that person falls down and then you start again and you hit them in a combo and you hit the wall again, you still got them in a combo in the corner. So like that's always gonna be like a much stronger offensive option. But if you zone, for example, which I'm going to be doing, you're going to always think to yourself, well, if I'm zoning and zoning goes wrong, do I want to be in the corner? Well, no, I don't want to be in the corner, right? So I'd rather you just wall break me, get your character, we stay at neutral, and then I get another chance to zone again. So that's something I'm sure will happen in the future. That's maybe less people are talking about it now, but it's going to be like more of an issue, I think. I
would agree with you if it wasn't for the frame advantage from breaking the wall now. I would agree with you. But now it's not a case of you go back to neutral.
True.
You go back to spatial neutral, but you don't go back to frame neutral.
That is fair. No, and that is actually fair. Yeah.
But I do agree with you for the most part. I think at the moment I'm thinking, well, I'm only gonna not pick X Mansion if it benefits you more. I don't know if it's like a case of I don't want to play on X Mansion. It's a case of I don't want you to have X Mansion. Because if I'm thinking about playing Iron Man, I'm like, I want to play Iron Man and tag into someone who does crazy damage, whether it be at the wall or whatever. So I could play Iron Man, zone. Oh, Unibeam hit, in comes Spider-Man. And then Spider-Man can do all the crazy stuff at the wall. But if you're someone who, I don't know, if you have point Spider-Man, I'm like, yeah, I probably don't want to play an X Mansion. I don't want to give you that stupid corner loop first. So yeah, I think it's a case of it's being petty. I'm petty, don't want X Mansion for certain people. But I want it to be the way you said. I want it to be like, I want to zone the whole game, and then I would pick the stages with the most walls, because when you break the wall, I get to go back to actual neutrals, space and frame neutral. But yeah.
So what would you say right now? Would you say that there's like a little difference between, because you still says that you know, from what you're saying, you still would rather pick a multi-panel stage rather than a single panel stage. But you're saying right now, in terms of X Mansion versus others, there's just far less of a difference as opposed to no difference.
Yeah, it's, how can I put it? So if I'm looking at Wolverine, and if Wolverine is working the way I think he is, I'm picking X Mansion because I don't care about the mid screen stuff. If I can keep him in the corner and I have armor, that's always good.
Right.
That's always good. Like I said, I don't know how the armor works, but I would rather have you in the corner and us be neutral in frame data than you be mid-screen, but you can just move back. You can move back away from my armor attacks. So yeah, again, it's a case of, if I'm playing Wolverine or Spider-Man, I want X Mansion. If I'm not playing them, I can still benefit from X Mansion, but I just don't want you to benefit from it more.
Okay. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Which is kind of sucks. I think they need to do something in terms of, maybe they could do something with Overheal, because Overheal just happens on wall splat. It doesn't have to be a wall transition. I think they need to make a difference between the two. I guess at the moment, X Mansion, you don't get the same frame data because you don't break the wall. But I would argue a slump is probably better.
I think it's
because I don't think you can roll from. I mean, you can't roll from the other move either. But you're trapped. You're like, when I was playing Spider-Man, I was like, oh, if I can do the wall slump properly, I'll just put a Spider-Mine out. You have to address it, or you jump and I air throw you back into it. Like, it feels like there's more of a checkmate situation that could be happened from a wall slump. But they might make it so you can tech roll out of slump, and I think that would balance it out a little bit. I think that would balance out X Mansion a lot, actually, if you could tech roll from slump.
Tech roll from slump. But the thing is, even if you tech roll from slump, the fact that you can call the neutral assist now during those combos, I can call Doom like Hammer of Dawn, and then like I could do Spider-Man if I was Spider-Man on point. I've created a nasty situation. You know, stay neutral or roll back, and you're in Spider-Man, and then from there, what can you do? Right, you can do the alpha counter, which I still have issues with, right? I think that defensively, it's not enough, right? You roll forwards, the tracking on Hammer of Dawn is like really, really like quick. So even if you're rolling forward, it's gonna be like next to you. The only way you can, basically what it requires is, it requires me to have called Hammer of Dawn badly, that when you roll, it's already like sort of locked in, like where it's gonna start landing, and then you roll forward and you miss it. But if I do it at the right time, no matter where you roll, Hammer of Dawn's going to come out, right? And if that's the case, I think it puts you in a nasty, nasty, nasty situation, right? So, me personally, I think that Wall Splat is like far, far, far stronger than even the Oki. I think it's kind of what you said, really, is that the Oki is like a response to people who are aggressive, saying they don't feel like they get enough from stage transitions. But in reality, they did get enough of stage transitions. Another character is huge. And it's only, you don't realize it's huge if you're not using the whole team or utilizing every aspect of the toolbox. But once you actually do that, you realize it's actually much, much stronger than like simply having the corner as a 1v1. Do you know what I mean?
I would say it's the foundation of the game. I really wanted to do a video on like how I know the 4v4 is like captivating as being new, but this is like the first game where the match evolves each round. Because fighting with one assembly bar is totally different than fighting when you've got 3 assembly bars. It's a different game. It's actually a different game.
Agree.
So yeah, like you said, the when you break the wall or get a wall splat and you gain that extra character and assembly bar, you're at such a massive advantage against your opponent. 2 assembly bars versus 1, that's like an 8-2 matchup. It's an 8-2 matchup because you can do pressure strings and they can't. Because if they do a pressure string with 1 assembly bar, they can't alpha counter, but you can. And they can't stop you. Like, it's such a disadvantage. It's insane.
And see, this is why I also think that like alpha counter having a perfect reflect and just like disassembling your assembly gauge is insane. It's insane. I think it's way too strong. Way, way, way too strong. I think it only takes a month of playing the game where you're being pressured, you try an alpha counter, reflect, and then you get a perfect reflect, and you're disassembled, then you're going to be like, well, why would I do this, right? It needs to be like, I don't know, like, the thing is, even making it harder, sure, it makes a difference, right? Let's say I make it, let's be very hyperbolic and just say 1 frame, right? You can only do it in 1 frame. That, of course, is like, it's not a deterrent. It's harder, but it's not a deterrent. The thing is about, like, let's say, I don't know, Killer Instinct games, right? And, you know, this is something that's, I think, very controversial in general for, like, the SGC. I think the way that people described, like, Killer Instinct's sort of combos, combo breaker, shadow counter, etc. situations, calling them built-in canned Okies, I think, is a good idea, but it's never going to be something that sits right with, like, the FGC. Like, I don't think people are ever going to look at it and say, oh, well, that's fine, right? Because they want to see themselves jump and time the jumps and all the rest of that. But those things, right, if you're not... I just think generally when it comes to these situations that you create, if I was to just, like, hit reflect, mash reflect, or whatever it is, because I don't know if you, in your situations when you said you had the button dedicated to, like, hitting a reflect, were you mashing it or were you just timing it? And this isn't, like, you know what I mean? No.
Yeah, I mean, on Wake Up, I was mashing it. In strings, I would, like, tap it to be like a, you know, like a fuzzy mash kind of thing. Well, I'll tap it every now and again. Oh, I didn't get it. That means that wasn't the right time, but I'm still blocking. But on Wake Up, if I think you're going to press the button, there's no point in timing it. Yeah. I'm going ham.
And that's my thing. So, like, if you're going to have it that you can mash it, there's no downside. In the end, you are trying to defend yourself, and I'm mashing a way to stop you from defending yourself, and there's no penalty. Do I think a penalty is a better decision to make? Yes, but do I think that there should be more things defensively that you can do? Yes, I think more so than that. I think, like, there should be some defensive options in the game that aren't just alpha counter, and then you have the option to negate my alpha counter. I've said before that I think that push blocks should be in the game, and you know, it looks like that's not going to happen. It's less so the Arxis way. The closest Arxis I've had is like barrier, right? Barrier is like a sort of pseudo push block, right? It's like it has more pushback, and as you barrier more, it pushes you further away. I see certain things that they do in this game that we'll get to in a bit, but I would say that let's say they did put push block in the game, just standard push block, like from Marvel vs. Capcom 3. I think it'd probably be a better decision, especially considering, right, in this game you can call so many assists in succession, which you couldn't do in Marvel 3. Marvel 3, you can call one assist, wait for it to be done, and then you call another assist, wait for it to be done. In this one, call one after the other. Now, they've addressed something like that, which we'll get to in a bit. But I would say that those things are actually, like, pretty oppressive. And if you're going to have that level of oppression, I think give responses defensively to that level of oppression. Because I'm happy that you're not taking it out, but now it's really a question of, like, how can I, as a defender, still feel like I can engage in the game? And that's really important. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right. So now, as I was saying, as far as the assists go, right? So here's something that I felt like I saw. You can let me know if you concur with this. It's like basically with the hit stun or block stun. No, the block stun really. The block stun and the assists. How I interpreted this change to be is that if you call multiple assists in succession, you have less and less and less block stun. Now, did you see it as that? Is it that? Do you think it's that?
I think that's it. I don't think it's that much of a meaningful change, though.
Why's that?
Well, maybe it's because you don't have assists that hit. All assists hit mid, right? And then we tag that point character to mid.
Yeah.
So I can't think of a situation where you would call an assist to set up another assist. Maybe Storm. Maybe Storm's like the only one, and that's only because she can move you from neutral.
Doom.
So I could imagine doing something like Wolverine DP, just in case you jump, and then you block it to come out to the ground. Then I'll do the Storm assist where she vacuums in with the wind. But that's because I want you not to be in block stun. I can't think of two assists where I want you to be in block stun for the second one. But that might be, that could be a skill issue on my part where I can't, come up with a scenario where it would be beneficial.
Right. So, I mean, I think you could create situations and scenarios where you can create like a small window where you get hit and perfectly time it as such. And this is one of the things why I say push block makes a massive difference, because if all that's stopping me from, creating that perfect situation is the alpha counter or the what was it called? Reflect? No, it's called
crossover.
Yes, crossover. Thank you. The crossover. Yeah. I think you need more things to disrupt that, right? So I think I'm kind of the opposite. I think that you could call Doom Assist, then you can call Storm Assist, and then, you can call a quick assist that will put them blocks down, then call Doom Assist, right? Doom Assist is starting up. Quick Assist is stopped. I've now put you in block stun, and I'm waiting for Hammer of Dawn to hit, right? Because of the change to assists, neutral assists, now I can call any of the other assists, right? So, while this is about to hit on the Hammer of Dawn, I then call the next assist. Hammer of Dawn hits you on block. And now, in the way that I've called the next assist, there's like a small window in which you can get hit. From that, Hammer of Dawn stops, next one is about to hit. I cross up, or I high low, or whatever I need to do, right? That small window, I think, is like enough, right? Now, obviously, if you're a person who understands this, you might say, okay, I'll do crossover anyway, because I'd rather disassemble if you get it perfectly or get hit, than get hit and die. But that to me is like enough of a curation of like that window where I would say, to be honest, I think that you should be able to change, like, modify the way in which you can defend yourself. But that's me personally. Yeah, sorry, you can go ahead.
No. I hear that. Yeah, I guess I'd have to see. Well, yeah, it feels like one of the changes that no one asked for, but I guess it's good. Like, it seems like a reasonable thing to be like, yeah, maybe they don't want you to call assist and get the same blocks done from all of them. I guess.
But
I think exactly the crossover was a counter to that anyway. Yeah.
True, and you the last conversation we had, you felt like crossover stronger than I thought, right? I still think it has some pretty like clear flaws. You would say that it's not as bad as I think it is, and that's fair, right? This is still pretty consistent with how you previously felt. I would say that
I'm in the middle now. I think it is a weak. I think it's got a lot of problems. But it's the fucking Wolverine. It's actually Logan. It's the best at what he does. It's not very good at anything else. But when it comes down to your opponent having one assembly gauge, they can't put you in block stun.
Exactly. Yeah.
They can't put you in block stun. Yeah.
Agree. So I think like these situations, if they come, and listen, Arxis, right? Are known for actually making pretty quick changes. Whether people like them or not is something else, right? Exard, because this current team, at least part of this current team, was working with Exard. I remember first 3 months of Exard was like Blitz Shield, couldn't work on projectiles, and as a Venom player, this was very notable because I could, on Oki, right, I could do the sweep, do the sort of light ball into the light, whatever it's called, the charge move, right, and then slowly let it sort of move from left to right, and then teleport at any point while you're waking up and create that 50-50. First couple of months, they got rid of that straight away. They were like, no, this is way too strong. Like, do you know what I mean? And it's very possible that this could happen again. Do you know what I mean? But I think as of now, if we're looking at like a reduction on stun, I think there's an acknowledgement that we don't want to fully compromise on the fact that you can call multiple assists at once, but we acknowledge the fact that if we have them all have the exact same stun, you're going to create just situations where you're blocking, not forever, but way too much. Do you know what I mean? You know? So I think it's a good choice. Like, me personally, I think it's a good change. You know?
Yeah.
Right. Auto combos. All right. For some people, this is the big one. I think. Actually, no. Let me start with you. What do you think? Talk to me.
All combos not activating on whiff.
Yeah, auto combos not
for me, it's
activating
good.
on whiff, yeah.
For me, it's good. I guess for casuals, it's pretty bad.
I kind of agree. But go on. Do you want to elaborate on why?
Yeah, I think it's like the obvious is when someone's getting into the game. It doesn't even need to be about like pro players. There's always going to be a point where you throw a button out and it whiffs. that is just sod's law in fighting games. Now, I think the ability to go into another button is fine when when everything balances out. So, for example, in Dragon Ball, it was very, very stupid. One, because it auto-corrected. I think that shouldn't be in any of them. I think you should only be able to, like, chase someone who's backdash. If someone jumps over you and you've whiffed, that's a you problem. The other part is, in Dragon Ball, the second hit of the auto combo was a better combo starter than the first hit. So the scaling was always peak. It was the best scaling you could get in the game if you hit them with the second part. In Tokon, though, they actually did the opposite, where it wasn't about the damage scaling, but your combo meter would start off super high. So I think they did do the right thing for auto combos and the second hit hitting you, because that's where the issue is. The second hit hitting you is always going to be like, but you missed the first one. You went into plan B, even though plan B was worse, it was just too fast that I couldn't react. And in Dragon Ball, you get rewarded with more damage. In this game, it's like, yeah, okay, you got them with plan B, but you don't get as much as you would have if you hit them with plan A. So I think that was okay. I think all they should have done is take away the autocorrect. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. No, okay, I hear you. I think it's interesting that you said that they all it was always better to hit with the second hit. I actually didn't realize that. I thought it was only for Bardock in DBFC because
it's the whole cast.
I mean, that character in DBFC, it was like the guy was like ground bouncing you. He was like the auto correct as well was like left right 50-50s. It's like a massive change. Like, it's something that I underestimated as somebody who, like, I played DBFC for like 2 seasons, but I didn't play, beyond that. Honestly, I would say probably as a Marvel player when it got better. And I would say do you know what I'm saying? Like, they gave the assist types, they gave, like, all these other things, they buff characters in ways that I prefer. I played Trunks, Teen Gohan, and Frieza. And the thing that I didn't like, obviously, like as a Marvel player, right, is something I had to accept basically as a modern player, is that, not modern as in controls, but modelers in, is that they're going to change these games actively from season to season, but also within the seasons in ways that, there's times where I'm thinking, oh, this is like cool tech. And then within 2 months, that's gone. It's tough. But, they made those big changes, and I would say that in this game, I think with all the assists and the way that you can call the assists and interact with them, to have like auto combo on top of that, I think would just be insane. Honestly, it would be insane. Like you can't have 3 assists on the screen at the same time, and then also just be mashing auto combo, and then somebody jumps over you, and then they're still getting hit. They're gonna be like, well, what was I supposed to do in that situation? You've called a beam assist, you've called an anti-assist, you've called Doom's like Hammer of Dawn that's tracking me, and I want to. How do I stop that? Well, I guess I could maybe hit you, but then hitting you doesn't stop Doom's assist. So what do? Do I just block? Right? That's never going to work. It's never going to be a good sell. So, and I mean, look, everyone was complaining about it, and I think rightfully so, because it's something that can be used both by top players and by newer players alike, right? Do you think actually that maybe we're pulling and part of what you said earlier kind of leads into this? Do you think that they're pulling away from the newer players, the beginner players, too much?
Possibly. I think there's a lot more things you can do in a fighting game to assist newer players that aren't sort of imposing on top level players or tryhards. Stuff like we've seen it before, like button layouts where you had like, what was it in Marvel 3? Was it just easy and normal?
Yeah, you had normal and simple.
Simple, sorry, yeah. I mean, yeah. Sounds like a slur when you're saying it like that, yeah, but simple. The simplers can use that, and that is something that helps casual players but doesn't encroach on tryhards. So I think at the moment clearly Sony are okay with it. From what I spoke with the Sony reps when we was at Evo France, a lot of it was a case of they want people that don't play fighting games to enjoy this game. And the biggest hurdle is everyone can enjoy a fighting game specifically, until they go online. That's when the fun starts to decrease.
I agree.
So they could have insane PvE content. That could be the solution for casual players. When they get online, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do there. If they're going to do like a team battle mode where you have 4 friends and each person has 1 character, I doubt they'll do that. It would be cool though. Or they are really heavy into like the elo system, so you don't run into pro tryhards all the time. There's a lot of things they can do basically. So I don't think they've done a lot to like deter casual players, but that's because I haven't seen the whole picture yet.
No, I think that's fair. I mean, look, me personally, I've always been of the belief that, you give them enough products, them going online, they can flip in and out of going online, get battered, this is crap, but rather than turn the game off, but I still like this mode, so let's go back to this mode. Watch a stream, oh, Justin Wong did this, or, who else did that? Let's go back online. Maybe I could sort of, replicate something like that, right? I went to team mode for a little bit, did their thing. Let's do the Justin Wong combo. Let's do whichever combo, right? That to me is always going to be like a sort of better loop than simply going online, get battered, and just turn the game off, because there's nothing else that the game has to offer. But we'll see. Also, surprising that you actually talked to Sony reps. I didn't even know Sony reps were there. I thought it was all just Arxis reps. I know you spoke to. I mean, we both spoke to the producer. Yes. But also there was some other staff members that were in the queue, right? And they also gave their opinion on the game. So I guess one of those was the Sony reps. Was that the case? Or
yep. Sony rep. Okay. The person who did the translating, I think that was Arxis.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, the Sony rep was the other guy that was there, the tall guy from America. And yeah, talking to him was enlightening about like I'm not saying he was like the Sony stand, like he didn't represent Sony, but the outlook of Sony not really having a grasp on fighting game stuff. I guess it was a little bit easier for me because I would like to say I'm good at code switching from like due to commentating. So I knew not to say stuff like, "Oh, do you think casuals understand like the concept of fuzzy mashing?" Like I could just talk to him like a normal person. Yeah. And a lot of what a casual think is fun isn't what we think was fun. So he was telling me stuff that like was fun. Remember when I was pitching that Loki concept? He was like, "Yeah, that's not fun. I was like, it's probably not fun for anyone but the Loki player, so that's fine. But he said he was playing the game and a lot of engagements. The engagement part is the fun part, and sometimes not knowing what is going to win. For example, like if I'm playing you and he's watching, you do a DP or my jump in. A casual might go, I don't know who's gonna win, and that's the exciting part. Where me and you know how DPs are built. They're built to beat that, but a casual player might not have that knowledge at the start. So yeah, it was cool seeing what he would say is cool in a fighting game. It's kind of like going back to before you learn frame data, which you can't unlearn.
True. No, that's fair. I think that's actually all fair. Yeah, I mean, it'd be very interesting to see what these guys have to say now, given all these changes and like why they chose those changes. But actually, sort of simplifying some of these questions, I think makes a lot of sense, especially because it's sure, right? We're gonna be one of the things that props up the visibility of the game. The two things being top players and content, but in the end, right, like you really want not only the top players to just be showcasing all their skills, but you also want like the perspective of somebody who is just looking at this and kind of doesn't know what they're looking at in many ways, but is just happy to sort of see the stuff happen. So what is it that they would like? And it sounds like from their perspective, they would really like But yeah, no, for sure. Hang on one sec. Now I think that is most. Let me see. Yeah, most of that has happened. I mean, reduce area limit combo consumption. We know that's like standard. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a great change. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with that. Like longer combos. I mean, okay, we know far longer combos people are going to dislike if they are, someone who watches Marvel 3 and says these combos are way too long. They might also look at that and say, we don't want to see this stuff go on for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But I would say longer than what we had in Beta 2 is going to be in agreement from everybody. I think most people are going to say, yeah, I would rather just see longer combos, like that we could turn into something more cool looking. Because a lot of people were basically saying, oh, the game's got no source, blah, blah, blah. I think those are very knee-jerk reactions, and you could squeeze more out of the lemon. But longer combos, I think, is cool. Like, more resets, more etc. Especially with the neutral system as well. I mean, I'm sure you. What do you think as well about that?
The only thing I won't like about it is if the person doing the longer combo is building resources in the combo. So like the assembly bars going up where you're doing light, medium, heavy, jump cancel, light, medium, heavy. I don't think that's good because the optimal thing would be to do the longest combo, and I don't always think that's fun. Especially when you're like a lab monster and you're like, okay, my goal is to get as many heavy attacks in a combo to get as much damage as possible. But if I can do a combo long enough that I get an assembly bar back, that means I'm doing more damage with the assist. So yeah, as long as you're not building insane resources by doing the longest combo, I'm cool with it. But that's kind of like nerd shit. I think for the most part, it's fine. I think it's a good change.
Honestly, in terms of like resources being built, I mean, from when I look at the way Danger currently plays and the way others kind of play, Mia builds as of now, it feels quite reserved. I don't know if you feel the same. I think it feels quite reserved.
It does, yeah. I remember we tried to figure it out. It was like you do 3 hits, and then the 4th hit would give you 2 instead of 1. It was like really weird.
And even looking at it now, yeah, it's like it feels quite similar. Like in terms of like, even like on block, if I'm zoning you on block, right, it feels like the real pressure is you making a mistake rather than creating this sort of, the clock is ticking whenever you get zoned, right? But if the other person's going to be gaining more meter, if you're losing health through, chip damage, the clock starts to tick much faster, but it seems to still just be ticking at the regular rate. And that, I think, when people realize that, it's probably going to be less oppressive than people initially are looking at with a character like Danger or a character like Iron Man. But regardless, there's still ways in which it can be made to work, right? MVCI is a perfect example of that. I was one of those people who said that's not going to work, right? Because chip damage is not there and meter build is not there, but they found a way, And funny enough, this has also got tags, so it could be a similar situation in which, like, I just create a situation where I'm pushing you to the corner and I tag into somebody who then creates a mix-up of that. Maybe that's how it works. We will have to see. Yeah. But I think as of right now, yeah, we'll have to see. So, all right, in terms of team composition, right? Because you were saying before you feel like the best assists are the ones that are going to float to the top, which I actually agree with you. But let's say if you were to look at the game right now and you want to make a team that you think is going to be a good team of the tools that you're given, which would you pick? How would you compose a team in this game?
From the ground up?
From the ground up and given the characters that you have right now.
First of all, I would make sure that I cover matchups. And the hardest thing, I think, to beat, which isn't universal, is Storm cluttering the screen with tornadoes and ice, and Doom shield. I think they're the hardest things to fight against this. Hardest thing to fight against. 100%. So I'm picking a character that can stop those. Kamala Khan's pretty good. But now I think it's Wolverine. Wolverine's got armor. So I'm picking. I mean, this is the team I'm going to play until obviously other characters. If I had the game right now, I'm picking Iron Man, Wolverine. I think those two cover each other perfectly. I think they cover their bad matchups.
That's interesting. Iron Man, Wolverine.
Yeah, Iron Man, Wolverine. So I would start with those two characters as well. I think when I played Spider-Man versus Doom, it didn't feel that great. Like, molecular shields is too strong. I don't know what to tell you, bro. That green shield is very, very good. He gets a combo off of it, and you don't want to jump in, block it, because then he gets a left-right because he's got Slayer Dash. I was like, oh, no. I want to press something into it. I want to have some active shit around. That's why I think Wolverine's pretty good. I think Ghost Rider has the best assists.
I agree.
I think Ghost Rider has the best assists in the third slot.
I think almost in every slot. I'm not going to lie to you. I think in every slot.
I also thought that because he's got his horizontal is a physical, and it's when I was testing it, it's one of the few assists that let you confirm off of stuff like what's it called? Kamala Khan. So if you do like long range Kamala Khan into him, it works. I think he had the best jump horizontal assists. Obviously, that's probably not in the game anymore. It's going to be a downwards Vegeta type-esque ground to air sort of assist, air to ground. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that would be. His DP assist was pretty good because it had a lot of hits done and it had a lot of hits, so you could confirm it and then tag into him, get it confirmed. Tracking flame carpet broken. Don't have to say anything else. I think he's a good anchor because he has a command grab. You always want that. You want a surprise factor in your team. So, yeah, I think he's the best third slot. Maybe only a little bit better than Doom. Doom's really good as well.
Agree.
I think Storm on paper's good. I don't think practically you're always going to be able to set up the ice stuff. But I think on paper, you take it to the lab, she's going to come up with the most egregious stuff. My third slot would be Star-Lord. That's because I'm loyal. But I think he's way stronger in the second slot, which messes up my team. Because I think Unibeam's really good as well.
But you want the Stalking Flare, right?
I want to have Stalking Flare, yes. Like, Star-Lord has to be in the second slot to get Stalking Flare. I guess. Maybe I can still get Air Stalking Flare if he's in the third slot. I don't know how it's going to work.
Well, I think, like, that's the beauty of this game, right? And that's why I think this is, like, one of the best assist systems, or at least one of the most creative assist systems that I've seen in years, maybe decades, right? I would put this up with, if I was to create a top 3 from what I've touched so far, I would say, in no particular order, Skullgirls, Marvel 3, and this. And I would say that because Skullgirls, you can like create any assist that you want off the input before you start. Marvel 3, you have the 3 assist types. And then this game, you have the dedicated slots, which have the dedicated assist types themselves, right? This honestly has the potential to be the best one out of all of them because of the fact that, like, you're saying that you would want Star-Lord to be third, right? And that's fair because you understand the situation that you're going to create from that. But let's say, you know, the way that the opponent is playing, you need to switch up, right? Then on the next round, you can flip Star-Lord out and flip in Doom, or flip out Doom and flip in whoever. Storm, right? Maybe they're sort of like, they're doing keep away, doing zoning in a way that requires very specific spacing. You can disrupt that spacing with Storm, right? Drag them forwards, push them back, what you need to do. Because of that, like, I just think this could well be probably the best assist system in like a long while. A long while. Like, honestly, every time I look at it, I sort of like it more and more. I don't know how you feel about that. Like, what do you think in terms of like how this assist system works compared to everything else? Do you think it's one of the better ones, or do you think it's the best one, or what do you think? Do you think?
I think it's the most. For a long time, I thought Skullgirls was the best, and a lot of that was hinging on you can literally have anything you want as your assist. Like, just having a crouch short as an assist sounds stupid, but there's situations where it's really good.
100%.
And I liked how they balanced. I don't know if it was balanced. That's debatable. Wolfie's not here. How they tried to balance 1v3 in terms of you can pick how many characters you want. Like, if you were solo, your snaps gave you health back and stuff like that. That was kind of cool.
True.
I think for someone who I love deck building. I will pick up a TCG game and spend way more time creating the deck than playing the deck. I will create the deck for an hour, play the deck 2 times, and then move on. That's just that's what I like doing, and that's why I like team games. I like creating the sauce, not tasting it. I don't have to taste the sauce. I just have to know that it was good. And in this game, I think the creation of teams is the most interesting in any other tag game.
Agree.
Any other tag game. Yeah. And it's not just because it's 4, it's because of what you were saying earlier, and because of the evolution of the match, where, yeah, I might have Wolverine and Ghost Rider in 3rd and 4th, but I won't see Ghost Rider until probably the 2nd round. Is that okay? Or do I need him earlier? Do I sacrifice having a flame carpet then to have Ghost Rider in early, and then I have to rearrange my team with swaps and DHCs? Is it worth it? I don't know. But the fact that I have to take that into consideration is sick. Where Marvel 3 had that for its time, where it was like the positions, right? Battery, mid, anchor. And characters fell into that. This just feels like the next step from that. It's not about point, mid, anchor, or battery. It's like, what DP assist is the best in terms of high hit confirmability? That's not a word, but I'm going to throw it out there anyway.
We're making it now, brother. Hit confirmability. That's a new word now. Throw it in the lexicon.
Hit confirmability. We're expanding. Where's the FTC glossary? Put that in there. But yeah, I just think it's just the next evolution of character play styles.
Right.
That this game's brought out. Yeah.
No, I actually agree with a lot of that, like, for sure. Like, deck building is a great way of actually looking at it, because I've always said like problem solving, but deck building I think is a great way of describing that, because for sure it's like at any point before, if you look at Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or any versus game really, it's like if the setup you've created or the team structure you've created doesn't work, you need to literally lose the round before you can change it. Now you can literally, before the round like of the whole set is lost, right? You can lose the rounds within, you don't even have to lose the round, actually. Literally, within the same match, you can adjust the matchup and potentially win the rounds of the first match of the set before you move on.
All you need is a wall break.
Exactly.
You know what it is? When you wall break, you mulligan. You mulligan.
Mulligan? The hell's mulligan? I don't even know that.
Oh, in card games, when you get your first hand, you can go, this ain't gonna cut it. I'm gonna mulligan. I'm gonna throw away this hand and draw like one less card.
Oh, so, right. Okay, yeah.
When you're playing the game, even if you're losing, if you get like a back throw and wall break, you get a third character. That's your mulligan. Now you've got one more answer to potentially come back. So you don't, 100%. Like you said, you don't have to wait till you lose the round. Mm-hmm. You get a new character in the middle of the match.
Okay, this is what I'm saying. That I agree. That is extremely strong in a way that I think people are really underestimating. Like, the ability to affect matchups is something that you might only appreciate as time passes. But once enough time has passed, you've gotten familiar with the game, you understand how the assists work, you understand how matchups work. You've had Doom show up and just throw out Edge Reflector and just shut down your character, and you're like, well, what do I do, right? How do I deal with this? That's when you're going to move on to okay, how do I affect this matchup? And literally, the fact that they've made, assists strong as is great, right? But the fact that they've also made active tag quicker and snappier, we'll have to see, right? Because some people might go, oh, it's too messy. They just, every time somebody has a bad matchup, they just tag instantly. Sure, right? But regardless, that's, as of now, what they've done to affect the game and in fact affect the meta. So I think great changes personally. I think they're all great changes. I think that's almost everything that we've seen as of right now in terms of the changes. Anything else that you're thinking, while I just look through the notes, actually, anything else that you're thinking of that could be changed or should be?
I have done a complete 180. Complete 180. I am so hyped about Wolverine because he has an install.
Yeah, the number one. Hey, bear in mind, let the record show. Number one Wolverine hater, by the way. Number one Wolverine hater.
I was.
And now he loves him.
I was I'm a Wolverine hater, but a Logan lover. I like what they did with Logan. He's not, bro. He has an IAD. I don't know what this thing is, this feral stance thing, when he's got the red flames. All I could deduce is that he gets it after a super, and when he has it, every piece of footage I've seen with him have it on, he's double jumped or IED'd. When he doesn't have it, he hasn't double jumped or IED'd. I don't know what else it affects. It might give him more chip damage. It might give certain moves more armor. I don't know. But the fact that they made Wolverine interesting, I'm about it. So I'm so good. I'm so good with Wolverine.
To be honest, I mean, look, I wasn't sure if it was certain conditions needed to be met within the match that wasn't just doing the super. Because I saw it so often and it felt like he had a very full bar every time he had it. So I was like, okay, what's happened here? Is this just simply a situation of he hit whatever he hit in the game? He has a move that if he learns a move on you, he then gets the Berserker charge. Maybe it's that, or maybe it's actually what you said, where he does a super and it's just Berserker charge after that. Because there's no subsystem in the bottom. There's no gauge that says, oh, it's running out. It just seems to be on and he's doing his thing. So you could be right. But I will say that in terms of the what he's doing in that, the IEDs, all of that, yeah, he's gonna be pretty rabid. I mean, listen, you're the Leo player, innit? As much as you hate Wolverine, you are the Leo player, so that does need to be noted.
You say that, but I've not seen him do any cross-ups. I did not see back scratch.
That is true. He hasn't done any of that, actually.
So, but yeah, I'm interested in the armor for sure. I don't know if it's going to be a common thing or every so often. But so far, he's the only character with armor. They've not released any big body. I'm sure a big body's gonna have armor as well, no doubt. Not sure how armor works. I don't know if it's if you've got 1 HP, if someone hits into your armor, will it kill you? I don't know anything about that. So yeah, have to find out.
So how did armor work in Guilty Gear? If there was any at all. If there was any.
What's that?
How did armor work in Guilty Gear if there was any armor at all?
They had armor which you would lose if they hit into it, if you didn't have the HP to take it. But guard point, I don't think took your health.
Yeah, okay. Guard point being.
I'm trying to think. Does Marvel 3 have guard point?
Describe guard point.
Guard point is like you don't have a flash, and it's like you're in a stance. I don't think you had guard point. I think there's guard point in like SNK games and Guilty Gear games, but
yeah, there's not really. Like armor in Marvel 3 is just always about like the frames that you're doing. The in between those frames, you're going to have armor, right? 1 hit of armor.
Yeah.
Hyper armor is relegated to just like 1 or 2, like a handful of characters, but really it's just like gold armor from Hisenko is going to be hyper armor. And yeah. Like
unlimited hit something, right? That's the difference.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In fact, I can throw that on now because let me just do that because I've actually got this open. Where is? We'll turn that off and we'll turn on this right here, and that should be right. If you're looking at the stream, you should be able to see that. It's not going to be the smoothest, but it's all good. Regardless, you're going to get what I'm talking about. So, right. Let's see if we can get that to work. Oh, and this thing is frozen, so maybe not. Oh, that straight crashed. Never mind. That's what happens when you do it. That's what happens when you do it live, bro. That's what happens when you do it live. I was like, yeah, it's going to be great. And then it wasn't great. It was anything but. Anyway.
Give me 2 seconds. I can listen. I just need to do something real quick.
Yeah. Do your thing. Right, no problem. So, as we were saying before, I think, personally, as far as all these changes go, great changes, moving towards what we actually want more as a competitive game. It's going to be far more degenerate, man. It's going to be like, I'm happy for there to be more aggression because it makes people generally more happy in terms of mix-up and aggression. Like I said, I'm going to be full screen. I'm going to be zoning, so it's not going to be a problem for me. But in the end, if people are going to be getting mixed up, high-low, non-stop, left-rights, all the rest of that, are they going to be happy with crossover being the only thing? I would say no. In the end, right, and here's a better way to actually look at it. Guilty Gear had dead angle. Guilty Gear Exod had dead angle, blitz shields. What else did they have? Dead angle, blitz shields. Did they have anything else? And burst, right? And burst.
For defense, yeah?
Yeah, for defense.
Yeah, those 3. I guess on block, they had insta block and faultless, which is kind of like a poor man's push block.
True. Insta block, faultless, right? Which is barrier, right? Faultless.
Yeah.
So all of those things are in the game. Now, in this game, you have assemble counter, right? You have crossover. I think assemble crash as well, which is the overhead, right? That's offensive, but we'll stick with the defensive.
Oh yeah.
So assemble counter, I believe, should be the backdash, and then also crossover should be the alpha counter. Now, those are like, that's a defensive move out of block and a defensive move inside of block, right? Both have their downsides. I get it that in a way you look at it and you say to yourself, both of these are covered. I can be in neutral, and if I feel threatened, I can do assemble counter with the backdash. I believe that's the right term. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And if I'm blocking, then I can go for crossover. Not a problem, right? All good. So my thing is, if you only have one option for both, like, I think it should just be pretty strong options. Because of the fact that, honestly, because we played Marvel games, we understand the concept of like counter hitting, staggering strings, somebody who might want to do crossover. If we simply stagger those strings, it could mean that they press buttons that allows them to leave themselves open in a way that we can punish, right? And if you don't do that, then I feel to myself, then I don't know, man. I'm really am in two minds. I just am in two minds right now. I think I need to try this new version of the beta, see what they've done with these changes, and see if it really works. But I think if I ever do see and talk to the producer again, I think I would really think to myself, more defensive moves are probably needed, honestly. And I feel like you're pretty much, like, as you said, you're in two minds, right? I mean, I don't know what you think really in general. Just let me know. Also, one sec. Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you. Just let me know what you think.
Fam, my PC just decided to update.
All right, we have got technical issues. Just give us 60 seconds and we will be back, sirs.
I mean, I can keep going on my phone. I don't know how long my PC is going to take to update. Yeah, bro, just straight up didn't give me a warning. Didn't let me schedule. Just said, yeah, I'm updating. Are you still live? We can keep going if you want. Yeah, do you want to? I think it was near the end, weren't we? We talked about most of the stuff. Yeah, cool. I'll just stay on my phone. Sorry about the quality, people. Uh, have you got a PNG? Or do you want to? Can I do it on my phone?
All right, so while you can't see Mace, he is in fact still here. And you should be able to hear him. So
Indeed.
Yeah. So let me just get rid of some of these. Right. But yeah, regardless, that should be all of it. We basically covered just about everything. I think let's just see if we can PNG that. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, I mean, any one sec. Let me just get the PNG up for you.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Anything I do with you is probably going to be straight. Let's see. Oh, we got that one. The classic. Oh dear, there you go. I don't know how much you like this picture because I've been using this for basically everything.
Is it the screaming one?
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's a good one. I can't lie.
I like it a lot.
I'm not mad.
No problem. Yeah, no, I think generally though that should basically be everything. So any closing thoughts for you?
Mm-hmm. I've got a closing thought and a question.
Mm-hmm.
The next two characters. Well, not actually. No. Let me not answer.
Okay. Go on. Let's hear it.
One character you want and one character you would put money on that's coming into the game.
Cool. So, character I'd want, it's either going to be Kate Bishop or Brother Voodoo, right? Dr. Voodoo, Brother Voodoo. Character I can guarantee. Okay, so you mean on launch, yeah?
Yeah, base roster. What character are they going to announce for base roster? And you're willing to put mad money on it.
Do you know what? They put Elsa Bloodstone in literally everything.
You're going to go Elsa?
They put Elsa Bloodstone in almost everything. Like, she's in Marvel Rivals. She's in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. She's in basically everything at this point. And it makes me really confident that I'll probably put her in the game. I want to really say Magneto. And the reason why I want to say also Magneto is because I feel like, as far as this game goes, right, like, they've got the team, but Doom has no team. But they have to do something because they've committed to this bit of everyone having teams. So what are they going to do when it comes to Doom? I feel like maybe they'll just do a villains team where it's like everyone who is in that team can just sprout off into their own separate team.
This is a rabbit hole for me. Okay, yeah. I'm meant to be doing a podcast tomorrow. Yeah, I've got a whole rabbit hole about Doom's team. I was saying it's either Battle Worlds, but I think it's going to be Battle World. I think
Battle Worlds. Okay.
Yeah, so it's going to be like other people that own countries on Battle Worlds, or it's going to be a group of people that are defending a country or their world. So it will be like Doom. He's, Latveria, Star-Lord, the galaxy, because he's Guardians of the Galaxy, Namor, the sea, and I think, so this is one of my, I would put money on it, is Daredevil or Kaiser.
And you're willing to say that they'll put Daredevil in the game, despite the fact that they've actually had Daredevil in the stage on New York? You really still think that they would actually put Daredevil in there? Interesting.
Because it looks like the Storm one. It looks like the Storm one. It doesn't look like the animated X-Men like Psylocke and Beast and stuff.
True.
It looks like Storm. That makes me think it's got to be Daredevil and Kaiser. We've got Savage Lands. The stage.
Okay, I'm going to say Warlock. I'm going to say Adam Warlock. I'm not going to say... I'm going to say Warlock. But Kaiser, I think, is actually makes a lot of sense. I'm going to go for... Yeah, I think... you see, you've thrown me in a bit of a loop now, innit? Like, now I'm sort of second guessing.
I could be forcing it because I want Black Bolt, and the only way I'd get Black Bolt is if Doom is the team of I'm protecting my people, that means Magneto's in there, and Captain was it Miss Marvel is a half Inhuman.
Wait, Captain Marvel is half Inhuman?
Sorry, not Captain, Miss Marvel.
Oh, Kamala Khan.
Yeah.
Really? She's half Inhuman? I did not know that.
She is half Inhuman, so I'm begging it. I am reaching to get the Inhumans in the game so I can get Black Bolt. It's a big stretch.
Interesting. All right, well, do you know what? Okay, So you're saying Kaiser.
Savage Lands are there, bro, and it's an art system. They're just gonna make him some crazy Strider character where he's just calling, what's it, Zabu?
True, but at the same time, okay. Hey, have you decided who's actually holding up? What is it, Gladiator? Have you decided? By the way,
I think I'm gonna go with the crowd and say it's champion. I think it's champion.
Oh, he's gone for champion now. Before you were saying, who were you saying? You were saying, what was his name?
Magus? Was I saying Magus?
Magus. You were saying Magus. Now you're saying you're agreeing on the champion thing.
Yeah, someone showed me on that stage where you see Daredevil.
Yep.
You see Fear the Champion, the graffiti,
and the belt as well, right? You see the belt.
Yeah.
So I
have to concede.
You have to concede. Well, fair enough, man. I respect it.
I don't want to because the silhouette does not look like him, but that writing's on the wall. Literally, it's on the wall.
The writing's on the wall.
It's there. I can't deny it.
I mean, look, all right, fair enough, man. Well, look, I would say Adam Warlock is a cosmic character, and as a result of that, they probably would always want a cosmic character. And so I want to say Adam Warlock actually does make sense based on what you were saying. It's funny, right? You're saying others have convinced you, and I before was saying champion. I'm also now saying, yeah, like Adam Warlock probably makes a lot of sense. The other thing as well is like the story of this game, and I think you actually were onto something when you were talking about let's look at the story to give us clues. The story of this game seems like it's more of a come together to beat an existential threat rather than fighting each other in that kind of way, right?
Yep.
They'll fight each other, but then eventually it'll be like the world's in danger. We have to, right? And Doom is not a stranger to working with others. Like Doom needs nobody until he needs somebody. Triumph and Torment, he works with Doctor Strange, right?
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying? That's a big example of that. So I think because of that, you're probably as a result gonna see him probably have to team up with somebody. It's so hard to really see who he could work with. Give me 1 second. So what do you think of that? Sorry, I'm listening.
He's been in the Guardians of the Galaxy. He has worked under Star-Lord. I did my research. Yes, he's been on the Guardians of the Galaxy team. But it wasn't for long, obviously. It wasn't for like a whole series. It might have been like 2 issues. But yeah, but like you said, Doom is a solo character when it comes to protecting Latveria and him getting power. If someone's gonna murk the Earth and he can't time travel to another place, he will team up with people. 100%. So it would be the simplest thing to do. Oh yeah, Doom is in charge of all the bad guys. But maybe my head can stopping that from working because bad guys don't want to work together. Oh, sorry, no. It's not that bad guys don't want to work together. Bad guys don't want to take they don't want to take what do you call it?
They want to be subservient to the leader, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they don't want to do that.
I agree. That's been my entire struggle with trying to form a Doom team, is that somebody has to work under Doom. Magneto would never say I'm gonna be Doom is gonna be my leader. That's not how it works. He
ain't gonna happen.
He has his own sort of vision as to how this all should work, right? He's Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Doom's not a mutant.
Yep.
So why would he ever even consider it? To him, Homo Superior are the mutants and nobody else. So I actually agree with you.
That's why I think they have to have the commonality of I'm protecting this group of people or mutants or whatever. I can only see Doom and Namor working together because they don't want the Earth to go because they all lose. All these people lose if the Earth goes. Same with Magneto.
Yeah, that's true. Do you know what? I think in general, I guess this is really dependent on how they do the trailer, right? If they do this trailer everyone comes in, they say the lines of, "Oh, Doom, this is only temporary." But even then, it's it's hard to do because of the fact that they've clearly said in X-Men, team leader Storm. It's if you're going to do that and then all of a sudden go back on that, it feels very, very bizarre. So I don't know, man. This one's going to be very, very tough. I think this has been the biggest question mark out of the entire whole conversation about teams and team compositions, right? So I'm not really sure where we're going to go from here as far as that goes. But you're saying Guardians of the Galaxy, right?
No. So I use that as a case that Doom and Star-Lord have worked together. Because otherwise, it was either Star-Lord with Doom or Star-Lord with Ghost Rider. Mm-hmm. And I think he goes with Doom more than Ghost Rider. For the Unbreakable X-Men, Cosmic Ghost Rider wasn't Robbie Reyes.
Was it Daniel Ketch? No, it wasn't Daniel Ketch. Who was it?
Was it not? Am I bugging? Was it not the Punisher?
It was Frank Castle. No, you're right. It was Frank Castle. It was. Yeah. You're right.
Frank Castle. Yeah.
No,
so I was like, they could do it. They could go. I don't. I think they're trying to follow some sort of timeline. So when I looked up Unbreakable X-Men, because I was like, I think I've heard of it, but I never knew about it. And I looked at it.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with danger, by the way, or magic. It's nothing. It's like they just pulled a X-Men team name. That's what it feels like.
So
Unbreakable X-Men is about Gambit and Rogue.
It is. And Unbreakable X-Men also is set in the future, right? And a bunch of the X-Men are dead, if I remember correctly.
Yes, Storm is still alive, and obviously Wolverine's alive. I couldn't find Magic and Danger, and the whole team's different. So I was like, oh, I think they just pulled the name. And I was like, okay, I can work with that. That's why I think Doom Battle World works. Because Battle World has so many characters. There's so many characters that had plots of land that he could pull. Hulk could be part of Battle World. He had a plot of land. What's it? Kingpin? He had a plot of land. Pull Kingpin in there.
True.
So yeah, I think that works, but it also could be my bias. Because Black Panther, Black Bolt, they had plots of land as well. So
all right, you know what? Yeah, I don't know if you got time. Wait, do you have time, by the way? You got an extra 15, 20?
I've got 20. I've got 20.
Cool, no problem. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll throw up the tier maker. We'll do most likely to least likely. How about that? In terms of like characters, or we can even just relegate. We can ignore all of that and just focus on Doom, and who could be on a Doom team. Actually, maybe that could work. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. So,
I've got my things written up, by the way. I've had this locked in. I've even got my.
He's waiting for this day.
DLC. I've been waiting all my life, but I've got DLC was the hardest bit because I don't know where they're doing with the DLC. But Ghost Rider, I caved in and went with Midnight Suns.
That's how I am as well. Yep, that's how I am.
Midnight
Suns.
I did Nico. I think everyone's got Nico. And I put Man Thing because it's Arxis. They're going to want to get in on that crazy art design. And then I put Moon Knight. I think Moon Knight would be so sick in a fighting game.
Me too. And you know what? Do you really think that everyone's got Nico? Because Nico is she was one of my favorite characters from Runaways. But I feel like no one had read Runaways to really, really sort of get into that type of that type of space.
I've been looking at other content creators that aren't FGC heads, and they know.
Okay.
I think FGC heads might not know, but yeah, Marvel fans know. Marvel fans know about Nico.
Got you.
I knew Nico from Marvel Snap, and I played Midnight Suns. So.
Wait, let me. Okay.
But yeah, Moon Knight. Imagine like all these personalities are different fighting styles, the different stances. Oh my, it's gonna be sick.
For me, yeah, I'll be honest. I think Nico Minoru is like the most straightforward, like Faust function. I think it's the most straightforward Faust function.
Oh, staff of one in it. Yeah,
100% staff of one. Like, and her thing is right. You could even do a variation of that because the thing about staff of one is that it requires like blood in order to activate. And so you could create certain situations. Maybe you can even have it that she does certain moves, which like maybe the EX version draws blood, or maybe the regular version draws blood, and that then creates the Staff of One's like sort of activation. Its moveset. I would love Nico to be in this game, personally. Like I've always said, yeah. As far as characters go in this game, or at least in Marvel in general, I've been blessed. I've been very, very blessed. Like, Marvel 3, I said to myself in Marvel 3, oh man, it would be cool if, who was I said? I was reading Taskmaster's comic at the time as well, and Udon Taskmaster, and he had the outfit where he was, he looks more like Riot Gear than the Skull. And he's doing the thing where, it's more street level. So,
yeah,
he's about to go into the final fight in the comic. He's reading, he's watching Kung Fu movies, and he's like, oh man, this is going to take too long. Like, let me just like speed this up. and then he speeds it up like 3 times speed. And then when he goes to fight him, he fights him at 3 times speed, but he can't do it for too long because his body can't handle it. That kind of stuff. Yeah. Like, I was like, oh, it'd be cool to get Udon Taskmaster in the game, right? Got Udon Taskmaster. Fantastic, right? Then I was like, someone was like, oh, who else do you like in Marvel? I said, oh, well, I'm a Doctor Strange fan, and I really like Hawkeye because I read Mad Fraction's Hawkeye like run. That would be cool. And also, and like I got both of those characters. And then I think in MVCI they were like, who else would you like in MVCI? I was like, well, I like Black Widow, and then we got Black Widow. So I'm like, now I almost don't want to jinx it. I'm like, whoever comes is whoever comes. You know?
You had your run. You got Danger, so you had your run.
And I got Danger. Like, who expected Danger to be in this game? I didn't expect. If you asked me who I wanted to be in this game, I wouldn't say Danger because I wouldn't expect Danger to ever be in this game. So, if you really want me to say anyone else, like I said, Brother Voodoo or Kate Bishop. And honestly, I think you want Kate.
I want Kate. Yeah. I Flynn will always be my guy, but they're not going to do Ronan, so I'd rather have Kate.
Yeah, they won't do Ronan. I think Ronan's kind of fallen out of not relevance, but you know what I mean. Like he's not. Yeah, he's not as like critical to the story as he was like before. So I think you're not really gonna get that. You're not really gonna get that. Right, let's actually get this up because we'll run through that really quick and we'll see who we can get.
Would you want Nico more than Strange?
Yes, I would.
Okay.
The reason why I would want Nico more than Strange is because for me, right, like I love having my favorite character in a game, right? But I think when it comes to, I'm less tied to legacy when it comes to my favorite characters. Sure, I would love to have Doctor Strange in the game again and me playing Doctor Strange, right? I played Doctor Strange for like 14, 15 years. If I get Doctor Strange again, sick. I can play him for another 10 years, whatever, right? If I get Nico, that's a character I've never tried before in a fighting game. That, to me, is always going to be exciting. I would always love to get new characters, trying new things, and seeing what we get. Do you know what I mean? Espada Jerome says Dark Illuminati or Team Dark Magics. And he also says Storm is a cosmic is a cosmic entity right now, I'm assuming. And Loki. He said he also said if we get Loki or Norman Osborn, I would say the Cabal. So the thing is, who else is part of the Cabal though? Because I'm not entirely familiar. Oh, can't hear you too well. You might be cutting out a little bit. Oh, okay, he's cutting out a little bit, so we'll just give him time to come back. Can't hear you too well, but we'll give you a second. Hopefully if you can hear me, we can get back on side. But yeah, let me also get the tier list up. Give me 1 second, and I want you to do that real quick. But before I do that, let me just actually quickly go through why I think a system like what they've currently created for Marvel Tokon could be really, really strong, right? Really strong in a way that I think. Oh, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back now.
Sweet. I can hear you think pretty well.
Cool.
So what I'm going to do?
Were you talking about? Oh yeah, go.
No. This was just real quick while I was while you were having technical issues. I was just going to sort of quickly go through the assists here. I've just got Marvel 3. In fact, so let's not even start with that. Right. Obviously, as we know, this is actually a mod. That's why that looks the way it does. Anyway, as we know, standard assists can be called. You can't call assist 1 while assist 2 is there. You can't call assist 2 while assist 1 is there, and so on and so forth. If I jump, I can call assist. If I do normals, I can call assist. If I super jump, I can't call assist. Right? But if I normal jump and fly, I can call assist. Right. Now, in this situation, you're going to say to yourself, right, well, if you're going to compare this to maybe a Marvel Tokon, what we have right now, if I was to try and visualize what we also have a Marvel Tokon, you can call it, you can fly, and from there you can also call those assists. And it doesn't matter how high or high low you go, as long as you're a normal jump height and you start to fly, you can call those assists. So, I mean, why would something like that be like a bit of an issue in something like Marvel Tokon? Like, now for me personally, I would say that, right, if we go, let's see. Right, that is the Dorito. So let's see if we can call Hypersonic Blast. Nope, that is Floating Bomb. So we're going to go for this. This should be Sonic Blaster. Right there. So, if you fly... Now, if I'm flying, right, I can still do actions. If I do something like that, I can do a lot of screen coverage. You can really feel the screen. Yeah? Now, in many cases, if you're... Let's say this is a Marvel Tokon situation, right? And you have some sort of anti-air assist. Let's see what we actually have set to this. We don't really have any anti-air assist here on there. But let's say I called an anti-air assist. Now, depending on the anti-air assist you called, if you called Doom, you're going to hit that angle of the screen, right? But let's say you call Doom and I'm here. That's going to whiff, right? And as well as that whiffing, I'm going to call that assist and I'm going to put you in pressure. So this is going to give many more opportunities for a flight character to create those pressure situations in a way that is going to be much harder for you to deal with and counter. Now, let's say you don't have Doom and you have, I don't know, Star-Lord. Star-Lord has the assist that literally is just completely vertical, very shallow, hits right above the skull. So if I'm trying to bully you like right above your head and you call that assist, no problem, right? But if you have that assist and I'm all the way back here and I call that assist, how are you going to deal with that? Now, if you're a character who on point can shoot beams horizontally, it's going to be great, right? You can deal with that. If you aren't a character who can do that, let's say you're Wolverine, how are you going to deal with some type of situation like that? That is going to be the real question, and that is going to be answered by your team composition. Now, if your team composition can't actually deal with situations like this, you're going to struggle. Now, the beauty of this game is, of course, you have not just the one composition that you're locked in. You have a whole number of different compositions. You have up to about 17 to maybe 20 different assists that you can pick at any one time throughout the match. Now, it sounds very dense and very complex, and it actually is, to be honest with you. But as you play the game and get more familiar, you're going to be very, very happy and thankful that you have those options. Because if you don't have those options and you get hard locked out of a matchup because you're locked to the one assist type, you're going to be very upset. But you might also be upset if you don't have a Doctor Doom on your team and you have, let's say, Peter Quill, Wolverine, and let's say Storm, because I don't think Storm is also going to have like an assist that can hit at that angle. I've only seen one character out of all the teams and all the characters that can hit at that full screen horizontal angle. If you don't have that and I'm there, flying right there, what can you do? I'd love somebody to be able to answer that. I don't think, as of now, there is an answer. And I would say also that, Mace, you agree that there isn't an answer. Would you agree?
No, my brain can't think of it. No.
Exactly.
Nope, not at the moment.
Absolutely.
Hope that they mess up. Hope they mess up.
Hope they mess up. And that is that's never a great balancing decision to be like, well...
The closest I had was Kamala Khan's punch. So maybe Ghost Rider, but that's not full screen. You have to go forward.
Right.
You have to go forward a little bit. Yeah.
Absolutely. Right. So let's get up the old tier list. See if I can get it up. That one's there. Let's get up this one. So I'm going to create a new window and we're going to do this tier maker. Still on your phone, or are you able to get back to your PC?
I'm on my phone. I'm just popping to the shop.
Yeah, no problem.
I was waiting PlayStation, the PC to update.
Yeah. When you get back and you're able to, get your cam back on, let me know. Until then, I'm just gonna go straight browser. I'll go tiers. I will switch over to. Oh, actually, that's not what I want. Let's just switch that out. Right, let's get that off. And let's go screen capture. And we'll do tiers again. And we'll go window capture. And we'll go... There we go. And we're good. Let's just shrink that down. Right. So I'm going to shrink that down, but I'm also going to switch over to this one here. And we're going to bring this up. Right. While I'm doing that, let me just take a little look at any comments that we've got here. Shout out to Darky Diz. Man like. And right. So let me just change some of these. I'm going to go most likely. Likely. Unlikely. Least likely. And then we'll just go in the bin. There we go. And then we'll just go for a bunch of these characters. So, let me just switch you over. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to get your audio. Right. So we're going to take desktop audio from here. And we're going to put that there. Right. Could you say something for me, please?
1 2 1 2.
Sweet.
Testing.
Yep. Let's see if we can get that off there. Okay, and tells Mr. E says that transition is fully bastarded up. So I will I'll bear that in mind. So thank you very much. I will note that. Cool. All right, sweet. Cool. Just a sound bit. All right, cool. No, it's. But can you hear Mace? Mace, say something right now for me, please, while we're on the screen. And
1 2 1 2. Can you hear me?
All right, cool. So, as of right now, okay, you can hear C4. Fantastic. Cool. So, most likely, unlikely, least likely, and in the bin. Obviously, we've got a bunch of these other characters, and we're going to basically just ignore the ones that are very confirmed, which is everyone pretty much on the top except for the last three. I mean, Hulk, let's be honest, man. Hulk will be in the game in some kind of way, whether it's Amadeus Cho, which I guess they've given up on the Amadeus Cho project. I don't think that's really happening anymore.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
Yo, Mr. E said, I hope Blob makes it into the roster. Trolling from the gate, I respect it.
Always one in there.
I know. Listen,
I'm in the chat.
I'm gonna leave Black Panther most likely, especially after we heard Queen Consort of Wakanda. I mean, she can't be the Queen Consort without the King, and they're not gonna mention the King without actually being in the game.
You know what I think? I think it might be Shuri.
Okay, so you think it'll be Shuri, but So why
Just
would
a hunch.
So what in the launch roster or in DLC?
So I had Shuri DLC. I was thinking maybe she'll be on Doom's team, the whole protecting Wakanda. I think they're trying to bring in the new blood when they can. And I think new Black Panther works.
So
I think new Black
I think you either have them both or you just have Black Panther. Because I think if you have Shuri and no T'Challa, I think that people start setting fire to things. And they don't get upset. That's
Really?
what I think. Yeah.
Okay.
You really don't think so? You think that they could have Shuri in there and no T'Challa and it's not a problem? Really? You think so?
I didn't think people had that much of an attachment to T'Challa.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they have a huge attachment, but I think it's more so that if you're gonna put either of them in the game, you're gonna put T'Challa. And I think after that tweet where they're talking about she's the Queen of Wakanda for Storm, I think it's impossible for them not to. Do you know what I mean? I think it's impossible, personally. But no, we'll see.
Okay. As soon as you say it's impossible, I'm like, I think they is more of a reason for them to do it.
What more to do Shuri?
Yeah, because no one's going to be seeing it coming.
Yeah.
I think you know the old days of devs trolling.
Yeah.
Like Ed Boon and stuff, where they'd be like, "Oh, you thought we was doing this? Gotcha, bitch!" Like I think artists are in that era. I think it's a perfect bait and switch to be like, let's get Storm to talk about T'Challa and make people think, "Oh yeah, Black Panther, cool," and then to make it Shuri Black Panther. I think that's so up their alley.
Well, I mean, Mr. E just says, I think Artists and Works don't care if people are up in arms over character roster choice. So that could very much be what you're saying. And I mean, in a way, both of you are absolutely correct, because Danger is a character that should upset a lot. Well, it has upset a lot of people. Magic is far less of an upsetting choice because Rivals has done a lot of legwork and a lot of PR. Wolverine is Wolverine and Storm is Storm. So I think that's fair, actually.
I think I would I'd say Magic is kind of a catering pick. I think when I look at Wolverine, I think before I saw this Wolverine, I'd be like, yeah, they're only going to put Wolverine because people ask. I think they saw Wolverine and thought, oh, I think other games have been doing Wolverine wrong. I think they've been doing him dirty. Let us show you how Wolverine should be. And Storm's interested mechanically. I think mechanics and aesthetics are super important to Arxis. Super, super important. Hence why I don't think Cyclops is going to be in the game. Because all you can do is ricochet stuff, which I think is cool. But ricochet stuff, I think they don't think that's super cool.
Right, because all you're doing is Optic Blast, Optic Blast, Optic Blast, right? Like,
yeah,
okay, I can see why you would say that. I could see why you'd say that. Okay, all right, fair enough. All right, look, I mean, listen. So Hulk, most likely, unlikely, least likely, or in the bin.
I don't think we're going to get Hulk, which is crazy to say.
Interesting.
I honestly,
really. So who'd be the big body?
Anyone who's more interested in Hulk. Man-Thing.
You can make Hulk interesting, man. You can make him interesting. Listen,
you can, but you can. They would have to force it, and I don't think they can do the Wolverine treatment to everyone.
You could go Hulk, but you could go Red Hulk. You could go. I mean, Grey Hulk's not a thing anymore. As much as I would love Joe to fix it, that ain't gonna happen.
Yep.
Like, but you could go Red Hulk, right?
Yeah, you can. Any Hulk. I agree, but you know what you said about the Shuri thing? I would say, well, that would happen with Hulk, no? If they put Red Hulk and not Green Hulk, people would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, no, you are right. They would think that way, actually. They would do that.
I agree. I think Red Hulk would be way more interesting. Because the mechanic of getting angrier could be interesting in terms of like, it could be like a Nago thing, where the angrier he gets, the harder he moves hit, and he gets angrier, the more he gets hit. So he's one of those characters that the lower the health, the more damage he does.
And they really should do something like that. If they're gonna take Hulk, like, the thing that has never really been addressed in like the Capcom games is that, like, Hulk, the angrier he gets, the stronger he gets, or the more tanky he gets, and they've never really done that. They've always just done set armor frames, and just loads of damage. Yeah. And the thing what we'll say is that, for better or worse, Capcom has largely been like sort of handcuffed to the legacy of the character designs because their character designs have been really good. But insofar as being really good, they also choose not to try and optimize or reinvent. This is kind of similar to before when we were talking about how Magneto didn't really have magnetism powers until like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. He had hypergrav, right? Sure.
Yeah.
But that's really it. Like everything else is just beams and, projectiles.
Yeah.
He's the last time he was truly like a magnetic character was Children of the Atom when he was a boss. When he had like stuff floating around, like that kind of shit. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
So tells Mr. E says, if they can make a funky fun mechanic of Hulk, I bet he might be a DLC char. Ooh, DLC. Oh, actually, thank you for pointing that out. Rather than in the bin, we'll just say DLC.
Yeah, they'll make you pay for him. I think Strange, Hulk, Magneto, they're gonna make us pay.
So you think Hulk DLC?
Yep.
All right, cool. Hulk DLC, no problem. What about 4?
I think 4 could be base roster.
I think he's base roster 100%.
Again, maybe my mind's been warped. Or maybe I'm too woke. Maybe they put Jane Foster.
Maybe I'm too woke.
I'm too woke.
Oh, no. I tell you what, if the game came out 4 years ago, then 100%.
Okay.
Then it would, yeah. Hang on 1 sec. We're talking.
I think Arxis just want more female characters. I think they're going to try and get the ratio good. Most games, the ratio is like 60-40.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, it's like 1. Was it Storm? Oh, Storm Magic. I guess half, you can say Danger's a female as well.
No, Danger's a female. Danger, Storm, Magic.
Miss Marvel.
Oh, Miss Marvel. So that's 4. And then what?
Yeah.
What have you got? Like 7 males, 4 females. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, they there's so many characters they can swap genders, like Loki, and I think a lot of them are okay. Maybe Jane Foster's not one of the okay ones, but if they did Lady Loki, I think people would be okay with that.
I think Lady Loki actually, honestly, yeah. I think, like I said before, I think that's something that could be like really just straight. Yeah, that makes sense for Loki, right? Loki's deceptive, he's unexpected, he's all the rest of that. So like that actually probably does make a lot more sense. Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. Tells Mr. E says, there was a stage that had the Avengers trio, right? I feel like 4 is basically guaranteed. Which I also agree. Okay, I agree, but do you know what? It sort of actually could lead into what Mace is saying, what C4 is saying, in the sense of for Odinson is the statue, and Jane Foster could still be in the game, and then the statue isn't. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they're revering the original like 4, but then you're playing female 4. Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. They were.
That's why.
I'm surprised they didn't troll.
Falcon. Yeah, of course they will troll. I'm surprised. I bet you so much money in the boardroom. They went, can we not just have Falcon as Captain America? He flies. He's way more interesting. I went, no fucking way. You're taking Steven and you're going to enjoy it. Bro, I bet they tried to get Falcon in there instead of Cap. I can 100% see it.
Darky Diz says they will troll and add Beta Ray Bill with the sickest moveset. And you know what? Beta Ray Bill was in Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I'll take it as well. I'll take it. I think honestly with Beta Ray Bill as well, if you're making it more cosmic, it kind of
makes more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of works. If you're
and he finally will get respect. He will get respect because he beat 4. People don't know. 4 couldn't take down Ray, but that's why he got a hammer, because he beat 4.
All right, I'm saying I'm putting him most likely. I'm not gonna lie, unless you think likely or unlikely. Well, you don't think unlikely, so likely or most likely. Which one are you going for?
Likely. I'll go with likely.
Likely. All right, cool. We'll go for likely. Black Widow. I'm going DLC because I don't see what team she could possibly be in right now. I mean, Avengers. I don't really see it as of now. I think if you're gonna go for Avengers picks, I mean, honestly, she could happen. She could happen as an Avenger. Because the thing as well is like, if you're going to put her in a game, what could she possibly be in that's not Avengers? It'd have to be Avengers, wouldn't it?
Out of all the teams that are there, yeah, I guess so. It'd have to be Avengers. I think they're not going to do it. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Nah. I can't tell you why. I think it's. Other than her being a female, I don't think I see them being interested in redesigning the Widow.
I think they could do a lot of her. I mean, bear in mind this is the Exard team and not the Strive team. I mean, Giovanna's like one of the most blending characters I've ever seen in my entire life. But if it was Strive team, I would say Giovanna or something. But in because I what I was gonna do is I was gonna do a functions tier, right? But I'm not gonna do that right now. We might do that maybe next time. But as of now, yeah, okay, all right. So you're saying unlikely. You think unlikely rather than less.
Yeah,
likely.
I think unlikely. Unlikely, yeah.
All right. Well, ooh.
And you know what? I would want her. I just don't see it happening.
I mean, honestly, listen, I would be scared too if I was making that character, considering in MVCI, she's one of the best design characters I've ever seen in my life. And by best design, I mean they gave her literally every tool imaginable. They gave her literally every tool imaginable. Yep. Oh my god. All right, cool. So, all right, fine. So, there's that then. Ant-Man, I would say least likely. What about yourself?
Because I want Ant-Man. I want him. I want Hank Pym. I don't want to say until I see more of the story, because there could be a reason he's in it. There could be.
What would be I need to know the story. What do you think would be the reason?
If Ultron's in the game, or if Ultron is mentioned, I think they'll invoke Hank. He has a whole realm. So my headcanon is they are going to be scared that they're going to lose Earth, and they're going to need to go into, what's it called? What's the realm that he fucking gets the pin particles from?
Yeah, shit. What is it called? Oh, this is in a postcard. Anyone you could help, please do.
What is it called? There's a whole film. I forgot what it's called.
Quantum Realm?
It's not negative. Quantum. Is it Quantum?
I think it's Quantum Realm. Something like that. Bro, did anyone else watch that film in the chat? Please help, please. Because I can't even. Tells Mr. E says Ant-Man would be mad trolly in a fighting game. Like, imagine pressing buttons and suddenly your tiny hertz res and people's B&Bs don't work. Oh, that would be amazing. That would actually. Oh, imagine you have like the unique function and it just makes him shrink, right? And in between strings, you just press unique and he just shrinks. And like when he shrinks, tell you what, when he shrinks, that's the only time he has lows. He doesn't have lows other than that.
That's kind of sick.
And then like, you know what I'm saying? And then maybe you're hitting him, like you're making him block, and then he just hits, boom, he shrinks.
Yep.
And then it whiffs. And then in a way, it makes you only want to go low against him because you're like, oh, he might shrink. But if he shrinks, I'm going to hit him low and it will work regardless. That would be cool, actually. Thank you for the inspiration.
Takes more damage when he's shrunk.
Yes. And he takes more damage when he shrinks. Yes, that would be sick. Oh. Yep. That's really cool.
And then his EX moves are just his regular moves, but he's bigger. Because obviously Ant-Man can grow in size as well.
That's a very cool idea, actually. Never thought about that.
Give me Hank. They need to strongly touch on something that he's involved with to make him an idea. And Ultron's kind of the only thing. So unless they bring Ultron into the story, I would say there's no shot Hank's getting in there.
Yeah, I don't really think so either. I think the fact that they're just not handcuffed to like whatever's mandated, right? Look at MVCI. MVCI was effectively whoever was mandated is who's getting in. and this is very much not that case, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think because of that, it just makes it so much wider open in terms of who we could potentially have. Give me just 1 second. I'm going to switch over, but we're still talking. Actually, while I'm doing that, let me switch over to who's next. Is that Wonder Man? Yeah, that's Wonder Man. All right, Wonder Man, talk to me. Just while I'm doing this, I still hear you. I just need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
talk to me
think
about Wonder
Wonder
Man.
Man would be cool. There's no template to what he should do.
Mm-hmm.
He's omega strong.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. I think aesthetically, he's kind of superhero-ish. That's kind of the template. He's got a cool kind of like hobby or backstory. He wants to be an actor. I think Arxis could play around with that. That would make it cool.
Yeah.
I think on the Avengers team, there's a guy called Lightning, which I think they would choose over Wonder Man. So yeah, I'm gonna say unlikely. But saying that, everyone did like the show. I just think it's too late. If they were already doing Wonder Man, they would have been doing it before they saw the success of the series.
Agree. And they kind of left it to die. So that kind of shows you that they didn't really care, because it was like more than anything else in the other shows they sort of brought out like week by week, but this one they were like, nah, we're just gonna just release it all, and just if you like it, you like it. If you don't like it, you don't like it. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Right. Yeah.
And Wolfie Player says, I wonder, man. For God's sake. So now we're here for puns.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. Great.
I
Awesome.
would rather have Living Lightning. Living Lightning is. If you think about it, there is not many characters that have the power of lightning. War is one. There's not that many others. So I think Living Lightning would be cool. Electro. Or
oh my god, please, man, please. Like, no Electro. Like, what we doing? Like, Spider-Man has one of the. Do you know what it is? It's insane how Spider-Man is one of the most popular characters with one of the worst rogue galleries I've ever seen in my entire life. It's bad. Like, he has two. He has maybe two. The thing about Spider-Man is that he crosses over so many different properties and heroes and stuff. Punisher's crazy. Like, that's great. Blade also sick, right? But if you really just look at purely Spider-Man only, Electro, who cares? Shocker, who cares? Venom is cool. Carnage is like more edgy but still cool, right? Sinister Six is like Doc Ock's cool, and then if you say Vulture, Shocker, Electra, Craven, Sandman, A lot of guys, I'm just like, nah, man, that ain't it. Like, these men are just
Lizard, Rhino.
Oh, I forgot about Liz. Oh, Rhino. Like, he's any man off the street in a Rhino suit, bloods. What are we doing here?
Yep.
He's got a Rhino suit. I'll put on a Rhino suit right now and just run up and down London. And that's me. I'm the Rhino. Like, what are we doing? I could be the Rhino. Yep. You could be the Rhino. Anybody could be the Rhino.
Yeah, this has got Tombstone. Jackal had a cool concept, but as a villain, he's trash. Right, yeah, I agree.
Tombstone, like, all right, he's a mobster. He's got a fat head. Like, he's grey. All right, cool, innit? Like, but nah, man. He ain't that guy.
Oh, he's gangster Morbius. Let's just be real. He's just gangster looking Morbius. He looks like a vampire with a vampire power.
He's yeah, literally. I'm not feeling it. I ain't trying to see all of that. Me personally.
It's just Goblin and Venom. Sorry, symbiotes and goblins. That's it. If you're not a symbiote and you're not a goblin, I guess you can say Doc Ock. Doc Ock's kind of timeless as well. Those three, that's it. That's it.
No, that's fair.
Don't bother.
All right, cool. I'll put Wonder Man in least likely. I'm gonna put Captain Marvel in least likely also. Actually, I mean, she's not Miss Marvel, right? She's Captain Marvel. So, what do you think of Captain Marvel?
So, on one of the pieces of one of the artworks for Tokon, one of the one of the character portrait things.
Yeah. You
do get the logo that she has on her chest on there. So I actually think it might be her or Nova.
So, okay. So in Marvel Cosmic Invasion, they had Philavel, right? And I could see it being a Philavel or a. Here's the thing. So I agree with a lot of you guys who say like they'll probably just start trolling with a bunch of these picks, right? But at the same time, I think there's only so far you can go with the troll picks. You can't go so esoteric that it's like, yeah, we're gonna have the wrecking like as a not
The wrecking crew.
yeah.
I promise you, real quick. I promise you, on one of my things, I had Titania on there, and I had a whole reason. Do you know Doom gave Titania her powers? I was gonna put her in Doom's team.
Really?
Yes, I had
Bro, you're teaching me shit. Like I've been reading this shit for decades, and you're teaching me shit right now.
I did research, to be fair. Like I was like, this is what I mean. Sometimes my headcanon forces things. So I was like, all right, who would be on Doom's team? Who's got origin with Doom? And Titania had one. And I was like, oh, they want a muscly woman. It's Arxis, bro. They're going to do one character. True. Yeah, they're gonna do the muscle mummy. Titania makes perfect sense.
You know what? You just
money,
made
bro.
me think. Actually, you just made me think as well. There was actually two tiers I wanted to do, but we'll finish this one first, and we'll quickly go for the other one. But I'm gonna put up the names, right. Midnight Suns was one.
Yeah.
Who is the other group? I was gonna say Avengers, obviously. Who else was there? Can't remember who else was gonna be in those teams. Midnight Suns, Avengers, X-Men, obviously, but whatever, X-Men's done, so whatever. We don't need to do that. Midnight Suns, Avengers.
Spider-Man, I think it's like team-ups. Marvel team-ups.
Do you not think they wouldn't do they wouldn't do Avengers and Young Avengers, right? That'd be quite not redundant because it's got different characters, but people would be like, oh, why are there two Avengers teams on there? I could easily see that, so they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I think it would narrow their scope too much. I think it will pigeonhole them too much. I think if they did do team-ups, Spider-Man's teamed up with literally everyone.
True. Darky Diz says Philavel would be sick. I agree as well. Another Saw character. 2 Saw characters on release. I mean, it's okay. Young Heroes instead of Young Avengers, says Tales of Mr. E. Yes. Now, if it was going to be Young Heroes...
He shouldn't be there. That guy is hella old.
Oh, no. It would be like Spider-Man, Miss Marvel, if she's not... Because I think Miss Marvel has a line that she says... Oh, damn, so I guess I'm not going to be in Avengers. She says something about, basically she confirms she's not going to be in Avengers, right?
Yeah,
so
I've seen that line.
You could go Spider-Man. Spider-Man could be in Avengers 100%, but let's say he's not, right? It could be Spider-Man, Kamala. Who are the who are the team leaders right now? Let's see. Marvel, Tokon, Fighting Souls.
Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man is the team leader for wherever that one is. Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, Doom, Cap, Storm.
Cool. All right, there you go. Which team would accept my list? Yeah. So like you said, Ghost Rider, Doom, Spider-Man, Cap, Storm. So if we're going Spider-Man, for sure, man. You can make him the team leader of like young. I think you can go Spider-Man, Kamala, Nico. And who would be the fourth, though? Who would be the fourth? That's an interesting question, actually. And the thing is, as well, is that, like, Ghost Rider, I wouldn't have thought of him as the leader of the Midnight Suns, in all honesty, but he could only really be Midnight Suns, right? He can't really be a leader of anything else.
I think he's going to be... I call it Midnight Sun because it's easier, but I think it's going to be Mystic. Just anything magic related. Because like you said, I don't see him... He's not really... Respectfully, he's not leadership material.
Do you know what's funny?
Like
you're saying that, right? You're saying that, and then if that's the case, then Doctor Strange cannot be in that team. He can't be. Doctor Strange is of a stature that he would be a team leader. In fact, he's leader of Defenders, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So for it to be Midnight Suns and he's not the leader, that would be a bit weird. Like, to me, you would go a Brother Voodoo. Oh my god. I can't lie, yeah. If I see Brother Voodoo, you're gonna get a video of me screaming. Like, screaming. I can't believe it. But Brother Voodoo, it'd be like Brother Voodoo, Blade, and one other. I don't know who the fourth would be. In fact, who is part of the Midnight Suns right now? Like, talk to me for what the other members are, because I've got it.
Everyone's saying Blades. Everyone's saying Blade.
Yeah, 100%. Like,
I'd rather Moon Knight.
Really, you've got to that point. You would rather not see Blade in a fighting game.
Wait. It's not. Would I rather see Blade in a fighting game? Would you rather not see Moon Knight? He is Batman, but interesting.
I'll take Blade over Moon Knight, man. I can't lie.
Forever snooze, bruv. That's the Odin sleep. Odin sleep.
Really?
It's just, bro. What's Blade? When Deadpool comes, no one's gonna remember Blade, bruv. Like, Blade is so linear. He's a guy with one katana. Deadpool has 2 handguns. Don't put Blade in the game, bruv.
Bruv, you could go like shotguns. You could go stakes. You could go Uzis, all kinds of shit. You could get him doing all sorts of madness, bruv. I think it would be kind of interesting. So I had an old roster prediction that I've just checked on my Notion. Midnight Suns, I said Elsa Bloodstone, Blade, and Nico Minoru. Yeah. Now, Elsa honestly, when it came to Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, I had no idea who that character was. Like, when I first saw her, I was like, I don't know who this is. And I don't really care. But then I saw her play and I was like, alright, she's kind of cool. She's sick. And now, like, when she's in Marvel Rivals, I was like, oh, sick, Elsa Bloodstone. Do you know what I'm saying? So they got me.
Nico's sick. I rate Nico.
Agree.
Very cool design.
Yeah, and 100%. And like I was saying, I think like Faust function, pseudo Faust function. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Staff of One is cool. That's it. I actually like that.
Agree. So I said Elsa Bloodstone, Blade, and Nico Minoru. But that's that. But let's go back towards this roster. I don't know who this is. I don't know if you are seeing the stream. If you are seeing the stream.
That's Nighthawk. The Nighthawk or Darkhawk?
The one next to Doom, right? To the right of Doom. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Let me.
I don't know who that is.
The Nighthawk? I think it's Darkhawk. Yeah, I think it's Darkhawk.
Right, let's take a look at Darkhawk. Right, Darkhawk. Oh, you're literally right. It's Darkhawk. Holy shit. Good shit. Good eye. Right, Darkhawk's powers. I thought I was a nerd, but you're out nerding me, blood. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I'm one of the like only people who even knew that was Danger. But like, you're telling me Nighthawk, blood. I don't know who that is. Right.
Bro, the clips there, I did not know what Danger was, bro. I was thinking it was Pixie when I saw the wings, and you said Darkhawk, so you definitely, you've got that area on lock.
So abilities: Energy Blast, Energy Shield, Stargate Creations, Teleportation, Mysticism, FTL Flight. Okay, so many abilities. Accelerated Healing Factor, Superhuman Strength and Speed, Reflex and Stamina, Agility. Okay, there's a lot going on here. There's a lot. I would argue it's maybe too much and less focused, but fair enough. But okay, I don't know who that is. Do you think that character has any? I'm gonna just take your word for it. Least likely, unlikely, likely, or most likely, or DLC?
Unlikely.
Unlikely it is.
Unlikely, yeah. If you don't know who they are, I can't see 99% of people knowing who he is.
No problem.
I know him through Snap. Marvel Snap, that's like the greatest encyclopedia. Like
Marvel Snap, yeah. All right, cool. Say no more.
Yeah, Marvel Snap.
I don't know who this is right here. Who is this? Like to the right of Doom now.
Oh, Black. Oh,
what, Blackjack or some shit?
Black. Yeah, it's some card name. Jack of.
All right, let's see.
Blackjack. It might be Blackjack.
Let's see Blackjack.
He's pretty cool.
Okay, no, a bunny comes up for Blackjack. So Blackjack O'Hare.
No, it's not him. Ace of Spades or some shit. It's something to do with
Jackpot.
Cards.
No.
Jack of Hearts. It might be Jack of Hearts.
Jack of Hearts. All right, Jack of Hearts. Oh,
yeah, it's Jack of Hearts.
Okay, we're learning. Yeah, there's wait. Same pictures that. There you go, Jack of Hearts, right there. All right, let's see what he says. No, okay, he says on this panel. Oh, every time I sync it. Okay, there we go.
I think he's an Avenger. I think he was an Avenger as well at some point.
Not sick, but mentally, I mean, this whole thing. You know, sometimes I wonder why I stay here. I'm an alien hybrid. My mother was from a place far from Earth. I can survive in space, in the cold vacuum of it all. And when I see things like this, it just makes me want to head back out. Cool. So, Jack of Hearts. Let's take a look at his abilities. Concussive Blast, Flight. Okay, Concussive Blast already tells me, like, you know, the summers. Flight, ability to survive unaided in space, sensitive brain that senses motion, increased intelligence, strength, durability, and memory. I mean, sure. You know what I mean? He seems, you know, seems kind of cool.
Yep.
Seems kind of cool. Tells him Mr. E says Chrome knows the characters Kaiser would pick. Listen, Kaiser already told me that he needs a fourth character. And I'm like, bro, it's 3 robots not enough. He goes, yeah, I need a fourth because I'm playing the fourth.
He needs vision.
Game.
He needs vision.
Oh, listen, wherever vision is. Let me see where vision is because it's going to be very easy to spot, right? Vision is... I say easy to spot and I can't spot him. Where is Vision?
I don't think he's on there.
Yeah, you're right. He's not on there. What? How could Vision not be on this roster? What the hell? Very bizarre. Anyway,
non-fans, bro. Fake fans.
Yeah,
fake
legit
fans.
fake fans, bro. Like Vision should be on there. I actually think Vision is likely. I think he's part of the Avengers.
Yeah, I agree. I think Vision is very
highly likely.
Highly, yeah. Of all the other Avengers, other than actually, no, above Strange and Hulk. I think Vision's got a better chance of getting on. Yeah,
I agree with you. I actually think more. Yeah, I agree with that as well. By the way, I'm putting Jack of Hearts wherever the fuck it is, and least likely. By the way,
yeah, go for it.
Whoever my man is, isn't it? Like he's out here. But and by the way, I'm gonna stay consistent. If I see my man on there on a training reveal, I'm gonna roll my eyes and be like, all right, fair enough, you got me, right?
I respect it.
Yeah. But okay, I would say Vision like pretty likely as well. But right now we've got Kate Bishop. Now I said most likely, right? Or oh, that was who I was saying. So Young Avengers, right? I said who did I say? I said yeah, I would say Young Avengers or your youngsters, whatever you would say, right? So I would say Spider-Man, Kate Bishop, Kamala Khan. I tried to get cute with it, and I said, "Oh, there's a version of Vision that's on the Young Avengers," but whatever. We're not
Viv.
All that. Yeah.
You know what? That would make more sense. They get the gender swap, and they get the young version. That it kind of makes sense. It's believable.
Yeah, I suppose. To me, you could put but then who would you put on Avengers? You've got to.
I would have Living Lightning and Thor. Actually no. Strange before Thor.
I think Thor and Wanda.
Yeah, I was thinking about Wanda.
I think Wanda.
I think would rather have Nico over Wanda. So,
me too. But I think you can make them different from each other enough.
Yeah, you probably could
to get away with it.
Yeah.
So that's why I would go with it. Hulkling, right? That's to the right. Yeah, I'm gonna say unlikely.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're going for right now for that, but I think in terms of Young Avengers, if they go for Hulkling over Hulk, people are going to be crying blood. They're going to be crying blood. I tell you that right now. It's going to be nasty.
Yeah. That's. I believe in my heart of hearts that would cause more of an uproar than Ray swapping Black Panther. I actually think like you can't do anything but Bruce Banner Hulk. That's sacred. You can't change it.
I agree.
Yeah, you can't change it.
I actually agree with that. 100%. And as you know, I have friends that are Hulk fans and so on and so forth, and I think they were already quite annoyed at like Hulk's role in like Avengers Endgame. So if you're gonna then have this like Hulk, like no Hulk at all, or you're gonna have like this sort of offshoot of Hulk, they're gonna be like, this is just the ultimate insult. Like this is gonna be unacceptable for them.
Yeah. They want Hulk saying 3 words as a sentence all the time. They don't want smart.
Literally.
They don't want Doc Hulk. They don't want Grey. They want savage, dumb Hulk. That's what they want.
Agree. A man, a few words, and nothing more than that. No Joe Fix it. No Red Hulk like Thunderbolt Ross, Thaddeus Ross.
Yeah.
They don't want none of that. If they get any of that, boy.
The only Hulk. Wait, actually, no. There's 2 Hulks I think are acceptable. Actually, would be probably sick if they put World Breaker or
World War
Maestro.
Wait, is World Breaker World War Hulk? Is that one?
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah,
because he talks. He talks normally in that. Or Maestro. Maestro is gassed. Maestro might be acceptable as the Hulk.
I don't recall Maestro. Which one's Maestro?
He's like he's Hulk from the future, and he's got the white beard and hair.
Oh, oh, that might be. Do you know? Here's the thing that I always say, right? When it comes to these types of like picks, you've had like Hulk in about 7-8 games. Like, if you have a crazy like offshoot Hulk, I get it. Some people might be like, no Hulk, no buy, but try something new. You never know. Yeah. You might like it. Do you know what I'm saying? You might you might try the Marmite and be like, it's not so bad. You might try Amadeus Cho and think, you know what? I didn't realize I liked Amadeus Cho. Think about the types of characters that were in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 that you'd never heard of, and now you like.
Yep.
And
no one knew about Schumer.
No one knew about Schumer. No one knew about
X-23 back then.
Oh my god, literally. X-23, and now people love her. No one knew about freaking even some of the Capcom characters, Hayato and all these other guys, and then now they're like, oh, where? Now he gets like modded into Marvel 3, and they love it.
Yeah,
because that's what I'm saying. So if you put those characters into like a new character into a new game, you could create something that you never knew that you wanted. Psylocke is like a niche character. Before Marvel Rivals, if you put Psylocke into any other game, they'd be like, who the hell is this? But you put Psylocke into Marvel Rivals, you made her, you did what you needed to do to get the Gooners on board, and now here we are, right? People love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
I'm not mad at Amadeus Cho. I think X-23 being able to not be hated when Wolverine is right there shows that it's doable. You can do that. You can bring an unknown character that's slightly like someone else, and they can still be liked. I don't know if the Hulk fans would like I don't think Hulk fans like Amadeus Cho from the get-go, but non-Hulk fans might like Amadeus Cho. Maybe
they didn't like any of them, if I'm honest with you. I think maybe Kate Bishop has been the most successful. If I was to think about how many of them have been actual successes, I would probably say Kate Bishop has been a success. Jane Foster was not a success. Amadeus Cho, not really. Sam Wilson, no. Laura Kinney, no. I have. Do you know what? Yes and no. Because she's popular in the sense of like she's a more popular character because she's a cool character. But Wolverine is just too powerful. It's way too powerful.
Yep.
I would largely say most of them have been failures rather than successes. But yeah. Yeah. Let me throw some more into that. So going back to what I was talking about, I said Hulkling unlikely. That should be America Chavez.
I like America Chavez. I don't think anyone else does though. I think she's cool.
I want to say because of the films, but I have to sort of like beat out of me phrasing that we're not handcuffed to the characters on the films, which means that she could be DLC. I could see a DLC situation. I don't know who the hell that is on the right. By the way, are you back? Because I can throw your camera back on if so.
Oh yeah. Can I use the same link as before?
Sure. Shogun says Darkhawk is a good guess. He would fit in the Marvel anime aesthetic. Interesting. Never thought about that.
I don't know Darkhawk outside of Snap, so maybe that's true. You send you the link again, just in case.
Mm-hmm.
I can probably stay for like another 15, 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Where you at? There you go. All right, cool.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Right, you're back. Sweet.
Yeah. So I like American Chavez just because punching portals is I think that's kind of cool. Punching people and literally into another dimension sounds pretty sick.
I agree, but I think the fact that we've got Magic doing what she's doing, I think that's that, man. She's out here. In fact, do you know what? Not even DLC. I think she's the least likely because of that. I think she's done.
Yeah, you could be right. You're probably right. Who's next?
I don't know who the hell that is to the right, so if you know, then feel free to tell me.
Is that Elsa?
I want to say that's maybe Elsa. If that is Elsa, all right, let's look for the rest of it. I thought that was Elsa. This one on the fourth row, the second character. First character is probably either Blade or Bishop.
You're right. That is Elsa.
Cool. So if that's
you're right.
I don't know who the hell that is. Let's just drop her down to the bottom, bro. I don't know who the hell that is.
Yeah,
chat. Ask us on a postcard. Let me know. Mr. E says C4 Echo. Yeah. Oh, you've got an echo.
Yeah, I muted myself on my cam. It should be sorted now.
Got you. No problem.
You should tweet that one out saying, "Does anyone know who this is?" I don't know who that one is.
Good points. All right.
Arm it up.
Let's do that right now. And I'm gonna just screenshot, and I'll do a little whatever. Right. So, while I'm doing that, Daredevil, talk to me.
I think most likely Matt Murdock is in the stage. He looks like a 2D character in the background, like Storm is on X-Mansion when you don't pick her.
Right.
Got the series, the timing's just perfect. And everyone's been asking for him for years anyway.
True.
Years people have been asking for Daredevil.
Do you know what as well? They've actually been, they've made some changes to the stage too. So like,
okay.
Yeah, they actually, as far as I can tell, like they've made it sort of less obvious that it's him. Like they've sort of pushed him back a little bit. It's like quite vague. And as a result of that, it could be him. It could be.
Sick.
Yeah. So, yeah, as of right now, I hear it. I think
he drops Arc Water.
Really? Okay. Yeah. All right. Hard reads right now. Let's do the hard reads.
Hard reads. The only thing I don't know. So it's easy to say I think they're going to drop him, but I don't know what he must be in the Spider-Man team, which means it's not going to be young heroes because he's old. So it means that Spider-Man's going to be either like street level or the team up thing, or he could go under Doom and he's the protector of New York. That's what he protects. He protects New York. Well, technically Hell's Kitchen. But probably Spider-Man's team.
Yeah, it would have to be. But do you know what? If you're going Spider-Man's team, it has to be just straight New York, then, doesn't it? It has to be.
I'm here for it.
Because if you're gonna get Spider-Man and you're gonna get Daredevil, and then you're just gonna randomly get like I don't know West Coast Avengers or whoever the hell else, it doesn't really work, does it?
Bro, do that. Yes.
You want West Coast?
One of the stages New York. One of the stages is New York. No.
Yeah, it is New York. It is. So it actually does like, need some ingredients to it. Team New York could work. It could absolutely work. Absolutely. absolutely.
It sounds limiting, but I don't think it is. Like, you got a bunch of people from New York, a bunch. You got Kingpin, you got Luke Cage, Iron Fist. I think She-Hulk. I think She-Hulk's from New York. Yeah, there's a bunch of characters that they could.
Yeah, I want to say she is. Yeah, I want to say she is as well.
Spider-Man, obviously.
So Mr. E says Miles Morales. Oh, 2 Spider-Man in one might be a bit rough for people.
Remember, X-23 and Wolverine were in the same game?
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. I just... It makes me wonder. I'm not sure about that one. I wouldn't pin my flag to the master on that one.
I don't want it.
Yeah, I wouldn't pin my flag to the master on that one.
I'd rather have Agent Venom than Miles.
Oh my god, Agent Venom. It's still gonna... Like... Do you know what? I would love Agent Venom to happen. I just don't think it's ever going to happen. I think Agent Venom is like a very specific subset of fans who are like, this is very cool. And then Marvel Comics at large just have not agreed. You know, they've just not really used them much, you know, which is quite unfortunate. But yeah. All right, well, yeah, I don't disagree. Is that Punisher? Who is that?
I'm guessing that's Frank. That looks like Frank.
All right, we're going to assume that's Frank, right? Let's just skim through the rest of them and make sure it's not Frank.
Bro, he would have to be on team. Oh my, if.
Go on.
I swear to God, if they drop Daredevil and Punisher.
It has to happen. You're right.
Bro.
You're right. Do you know what? I'll be so real. Daredevil, Punisher, Spider-Man... No, Blade would be on Midnight Suns. He would be on Midnight Suns. I was going to say Blade as well, but he'd be on Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
Okay, if they're on Midnight Suns, you think he'd be on that team? Would he be on that team?
He could be both. Yeah, he could be on any. If we're going with Team New York,
yeah,
I think most people would associate him with New York, the Midnight Suns. I actually think that's the case.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, well, we're going to go most likely... with Daredevil. Oh, and then we'll go likely with Punisher. Would you want to say most likely as well? What would you say? Likely or most likely?
I'm going to go likely. I want it to be most likely because I just think it would be so sick for Daredevil and Punisher.
Yeah.
To be dropped at the same time to complete the Spider-Man team.
I hear that.
I've got no... Other than, I guess he's got loads of guns, I don't think artists think he's that interesting.
He's no. I mean, he'd be a trap character, right? He'd have loads of like sort of different. Yeah, exactly. I would love him too, to be honest.
Drop some turrets, some landmines. Yeah.
Do you know what? And I think it's hard to ignore how these characters play in Marvel Rivals. If you're gonna have that, as a property that exists, and then make them play completely differently, it might be a bit weird, right? Magic does have some of the abilities from that game, right? So the teleportation discs, I forget what the technical term for it is for it, but the where she goes in and out of limbo and teleport, those are very much part of her arsenal. So that's I think likely as well. Oh well, Shogun says the technical term is portal, so thank you very much. Portal it is. So
there you go.
Listen, Luke Cage. Let's not even waste our time. He's least likely. Iron Fists. Talk to me. Whatever you say, I'm gonna go for.
I want to go with likely. He does kung fu.
Likely,
right?
Yeah, go on.
He does kung fu. That's all I got though.
That's all you got.
A kung fu superhero. I think that might be enough to tip it.
Get Shang-Chi.
Oh man. Okay.
Oh, do you know what? No. I said at the start I would go for what you're going for because I have no strong opinion. It turns out I had a stronger opinion than I thought, right? But
you've done your power level, bro. You really did.
All right. You said likely. Did you say likely?
We'll go with unlikely. Okay. Really? I want it to be likely, but it's probably unlikely.
All right, unlikely.
It's probably unlikely.
Yeah. But you know what? If you say New York...
Bro, if it's New York, it's going to be him and Luke Cage together. So you're going to get EX mad.
I'm gonna put him likely.
You're gonna be so angry.
I think that New York team, if you're gonna have a New York team of Spider-Man, Iron Fist, Dead. Nah, but come on, would you really have Iron Fist and Daredevil in the same game on base roster? Would you really have that?
Why not? They're totally different. One's hitting you with like nightsticks, bruv. Man's Eagle from Street Fighter 1, bruv. Like,
they're both punching and kicking bloods. They're both punching. Yeah, okay, one's got tonfas and that and nightsticks. I hear it, but
this is crazy downplay, bruv. No way. One's beating you with weaponry, one's beating you with chi. We are not the same, bro.
That's the power of chi, bro. That's just punch with extra steps.
Cheaper town halls, bro. This Iron Fist, Danny, man, like Danny, please.
You're going from punches to punches. I hear it though. I hear it.
Nah, this is some slander, kung fu slander. Do you not remember the legend kick? You not remember the log trap effect?
I remember it. It was serious. It was serious. No
parries. He can see, bro. That's the biggest difference. One can see, one can't.
I got him unlikely. I got Daredevil most likely. That's my compromise. How about that? What do you think?
Okay, yeah, that's cool. I'll take that.
Fine. I think that's Jessica Jones. We'll put her in unlikely alongside her boyfriend.
Unfortunate.
Ebony and Ivory. Shoutouts. Elektra. Listen. Again, yeah. It's okay. If you made a Daredevil fighting game, 100% you could make them different. But like Elektra, you're getting one or the other, man. I mean, okay. Do you think she'll be DLC or do you think she'll be least likely? Or do you think she'll actually be likely? Go ahead. Let's see.
Nope, I don't think. Nope. There's so many more respectfully, there's so many more interesting female characters. Unless the story revolves around Daredevil, you just don't need Elektra.
So, Wolfly Plays says, Chrome sees Rushdown characters as all the same guy. He's Rushdown racist. That is not what I'm saying, right? You can do different sets of Rushdown. And don't get me wrong, Arxis, I actually would expect to make them quite different from each other. But, oh, God, man. Look, Iron Fist...
I didn't know the hatred was so strong.
Okay, no. Iron Fist, you put the chi system in, he's a different character to Daredevil, 100%, right? You could even make him have less mix-up than Daredevil, but have the chi system completely change. He runs at you with the same moveset, but every time, depending on what chi he's activated, it's a different character. 100%. I can see it. Works in Marvel 3, could work in this. And, Daredevil... I would like to see Daredevil more than I would like to see Iron Fist because of the fact that he was in the levels in Marvel 3 and it wasn't playable. So, I don't know. We'll see. But... Elektra, come on, man, it's least likely, bro. Who cares about Elektra? Who cares? No one cares. Chat, tell me if you care about Elektra. I know none of you. Lie to me right now and say you care about Elektra. I know you don't.
Yeah, I would just go next.
Is that Bucky as like whatever?
What underneath Cap?
No. To the right of Doom. Who's this character?
Isn't that White Tiger?
White Tiger. I don't know who that is. I've just typed in White Tiger.
Oh, you typing in as well? I was typing in. Marvel White Tiger. It might be White Tiger.
White Tiger refers to several Marvel Comics characters, most notably Hector Ayala, the first to wear the mystical tiger amulets for enhanced strength and agility. Created in 1975 as Marvel's first Latino superhero. The Marvel was later passed to his sister, Ava Ayala. Hector appears in Daredevil Born Again. Spoilers, excuse me. That literally spoiled that IRL. Anyone who cares about that. I'm actually really sorry. And I hate spoilers so much. Like, I'm really sorry if that's like a big reveal.
I ain't seen it. So,
well, there you go. Wolfly says it as well. So there you go. I'm not alone. We get to spoil together. Brothers will spoil together. So least likely. Actually, do you know what? No, unlikely because least likely. I think unless they make him like DLC or something.
I think White Tiger's part of that team, the Doom team. But
you did say that actually. You said was it Doom Patrol or something? What is it?
Let's
close these.
It's Fuck, I forgot what the team's called now. It's Doom something.
Is it not Doom Patrol? No, Doom
Doom
Patrol
Patrol's
is like
DC, innit?
That's DC. You're right. It is DC.
Yeah.
Doom Marvel. Well, I'm gonna type it in. Fuck it.
Yeah, Doom's team White Tiger, because it's got White Tiger and Luna Snow in it, and I think Luna Snow is.
You did say that, and I was like losing my mind because I was like, oh my god, like Luna Snow, get her out of here. Oh god.
I think Luna Snow is one of the characters where they will shoehorn any way possible into the game. They might force it. It's a K-pop star, bro. I think they'll force it.
All right. Here's the theory. Arc World Tour is in South Korea. South Korea does K-pop. Luna Snow's a K-pop star. They'll reveal Luna Snow at Arc World Tour.
Oh my! That would be better than Punisher Daredevil.
Oh no, man! Look, I'm saying the theory. I don't want it. Please.
Yeah. Oh my! That's what they're gonna do. I'm gonna bookmark my own tweet. I'm so ready because to release 2 characters that are from South Korea in Seoul makes sense.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
makes sense.
Oh, if they do that,
marketing perfection.
So all the Korean fans are gonna be like, yeah, let's do it. Oh, that's gonna be horrible. Absolutely horrible. I'm not gonna read that one out, Wolfie. I'm not doing that. Tells Mr. E says in before they reveal 2 characters from New York instead. Maybe, but if they do what I'm saying, if they do that though, I think that would be pretty genius marketing. But I'd be rolling my eyes. I'd be like, oh my god, really? We'll see. All right. Well, let's skim through that and breeze through some of the others. I put least likely for, I think White Tiger is what it was. Jenny. I'll put Jenny.
Yeah, unlikely.
All right, unlikely. I want to say DLC, but yeah, you're right. They probably wouldn't even bother with her, would they?
Muscle Mummy. That's the box she ticks. And there's a lot of muscle mummies.
Jenny, come back, please. All right, that aside.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Bucky?
That looks like Bucky. That looks like Bucky.
Right, Winter Soldier, I think it's likely. I can't really justify why I think it's likely. I want to say...
people like Bucky, though.
People do like Bucky, and you'd be with Cap, right? Because, okay, what was the 5? What were the 5 teams?
Doom, Spider-Man, Ghost Rider, Storm, Captain America. I don't know what team he fits on there.
Cool. So Iron Man doesn't have... He would... So if Iron Man and Cap were both team leaders, it would work. But because that's not really going to work, because they're not both team leaders, I'm going to put them down. Unlikely. Well, no, I'll put him DLC. Do you think DLC could work?
Nah, he's getting in.
Unlikely it is. Cool.
Yeah.
Who the hell is that? I don't know who these men are, bruv. I think the 3rd character to the right of Doom is Inhumans. Anyone else?
That's Ghost. Ghost is the one next to Doom.
Okay, Ghost.
Ghost. Yeah. Literally, it does what it says in the tin. And the next one is Sentry, right? That is Sentry.
That is Sentry. All right, cool. Ghost. Ghost was in Thunderbolts.
Yep.
All right, fine.
Yep.
I'll put unlikely rather than least likely.
Yeah, I don't see. I mean, Ghost is literally I can go invisible.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
Yeah. Also, let's see. Tells Mr. E says Chrome personally going to go up to Arc at the Arc World Tour Finals to give the elevator pitch to put Jenny into the game. Excuse me, Jeremy. To put Jenny. I mean, listen, I would love She-Hulk to be in the game, but like I said, I'll stay consistent, right? I enjoyed She-Hulk in Marvel 3. She doesn't have to be in another game, but if she is, that'd be great. not entirely necessary. So while I would give an elevator pitch to put Jenny in the game, I'd be more likely to put an elevator pitch to put Brother Voodoo into the game, or Kate Bishop into the game, or Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch. Those are my three. Scarlet Witch, Voodoo, and Kate Bishop. Yeah. Yeah, those are my three. So I would say of those, yeah. I don't know who would be most likely, actually. But we'll talk about that another time. Sentry, I think likely. I don't know. Skintra doesn't have an interesting moveset at all, actually.
What, Sentry?
Yeah, I don't really think so. What do you think?
I think he's the most interesting. I mean,
Go on, let's say
I did a write-up. Yeah, I did a write-up on it.
Talk to me. Talk to me. Don't spoil too much in it, because you wanna say something for your content, but talk to me as much as you'd be willing. Go ahead.
I'm never gonna make a video too much, but yeah, I had all these moves listed down, and he's basically like Nago, where if he uses a certain amount of moves, a certain amount of stun-based moves, he turns into the Void, and in the Void he can't block. He can only attack, but he can teleport and stuff. That was like the trade-off, because the Void is like mad broken, right?
Right.
Yeah, so he's like Nago, where he has two modes, and instead of his blood popping, he turns into the Void.
Okay, all right. I can see where you're going with that one. I could bump him up to a likely rather than unlikely. I'm definitely not going to put him most likely. That's for damn sure. I don't think. Even though the funny thing is, he could be more cosmic, even though he tends not to be used in a cosmic sense, because he's just so broken. He's just a plot device. But
True.
yeah, I could put him likely. Shogun says, I think Wonder is most likely, and I actually agree with you. I'm going to put Wonder in most likely. What are your thoughts on Wonder?
What, Wonder in? I guess it doesn't matter. I was going to say Avengers or with Ghost Rider, but it doesn't really matter.
It does matter to some degree, actually, I think, because I think how likely they are to be in one team versus another team would actually change. So I actually think that's fair to say. Like, so talk to me on either. You can let me know either.
I think she's got more of a chance to be on Ghost Rider's team than Avengers. I think this storyline is going to play off that the Avengers and X-Men don't like each other.
Interesting.
I can't remember what storyline that was, but there was a storyline where the X-Men were like, the Avengers were going after mutants. I can't remember the storyline. It happened twice. Once before Krakoa and once after Krakoa. So yeah, I don't think they would have Wonder on their team. I think Wonder would come under the Mystic side.
Which means Midnight Suns.
Yep.
I think either way she's likely. I think she's too interesting a character to not have Arxis want that character in the game. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. Cool. Right, you said I don't know who the hell this is. I want to think this is Inhuman, actually. I don't know who this is, though.
The only Inhuman I could think it could be is Crystal, but I don't think it's Crystal. She looks like an Acolyte.
I want to say
Remember
Crystal
the
as well.
Acolytes?
Oh, the Acolytes. Yeah.
There's an Acolyte. What's her name? Something Vault. Something Vault. Is it Amy Vault? Where she turns into vapor.
Amy Vault. Let's take a look.
I don't know if it's Amy. It's definitely Vault. But she turns into vapor. That would be cool, but I don't remember her having white and red hair. She only had red hair.
All right, let's have a look. Can't find anything on that. So not entirely sure.
How are you spelling Vault? You spell it Voght?
Oh, Vault. Okay.
Yeah, Vault.
Okay. I'm just getting the boys. I'm getting some other stuff. Amelia Vault.
Oh, yeah. Amelia. That sounds about right.
Amelia Vault. She is first appearance on Kenny X-Men 1993. Missed transformation and teleportation. So that's what you talk about, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but she looks so the costume from the image on the tier list looks like a Acolyte costume, but the hair isn't the same. So that's why I'm not sure.
I want to say Songbird. I think it's Songbird.
Songbird. Isn't she the one who...
Let's search Songbird.
Songbird.
Let's try that. Yeah, Songbird. Songbird. There you go. So Songbird, here, I'll get her up her what's it? Songbird.
Oh yeah.
Okay. She first appeared in Marvel 2 in 1979. Team affiliations of Thunderbolts. We don't have a Thunderbolts team here right now, but she could appear later. Thunderbolts, Grapplers, Masters of Evil, Femizons. Avengers, I don't know. Yeah, Lethal Legion, Mighty Avengers. Yeah, I don't know. Superhuman strength, speed, agility, stamina, durability and reflexes, sonic screams, waves, and burst projection, ability to create solid sound construct, sound and vocal manipulation, hypnotic song, echolocation, and flight. That's what we've got right now. But I think I think DLC, if anything, man. I don't the character's not got any current relevance, but if you're gonna go a Thunderbolts team, which is possible, it's somewhere down the line, I don't know, year 4 or some shit, right? Everyone's like, who the hell is this? But she looks cool. I think you can go for it. I have no clue who this is to the right of Doom. No clue.
I have to wait for the stream to catch up.
No problem.
I remember. I think it was someone who looked like the Flash or something, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I can tell two to the right is Luna Snow. One to the right is he's not he was, I think he's supposed to be on that Doom team that you're talking about. I don't know who the go on.
What is, let me find out what that team was. That's bugging me now.
It's not Tiger Patrol? Tiger?
Oh. That
is it Tiger Patrol? Let's try Tiger. Yeah, let's see it. Tiger Patrol and play Marvel. See what comes up. Or Tiger Division. Tiger Division. Oh, okay, right. Outworld Tour, Tiger Division. I'm gonna credit you all with this because you said this early.
Did catch it mad early.
Mad early. Tiger Division. So what? Luna Snow.
It's got some guy that's a demigod. It's got some like totem guy. I remember looking at it when it came out, like after Battle World. I was like, this ain't gonna last, and it kind of didn't. But Luna Snow did, apparently.
So Shogun says, "Is it the Leaper guy, the French guy? What, Batroc the Leaper? Is that what you're talking about?" Do you know how like obscure that character? Wait. George St. Pierre played him in Winter Soldier. What, you mean at the start? Oh my god, Batroc the Leaper is like the most obscure. Like, that's an insane deep cut. Just so you know, insane deep cut. Oh,
does he look like that? Does he wait? Kind of. I was about to say it's a bit of a leap, but
yeah. All right. Well, let's. I mean, listen. So Tiger Division, what, Doom's Division? Is that what? Do you have a name for it?
Yeah. I think they both.
All right, Doom's
go
Division.
by both.
Let's time to in Doom's Division and see what we get up. Because Doom's Division, I've not really. Right. Yep. Where Doom reorganizes South Korea's Tiger Division to enforce his New World Order. The team features members such as Wave, Luna Snow, Arrow, Teguki, White Fox. Man, could they really get away with that? Do you really think they could do it? Like, okay, Luna Snow and Doom, right? Let's say Luna Snow by this point is like more popular because of Marvel Rivals. I just don't think those other two are like really that popular.
But they're waifu.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And there's guys on that team as well. You only named the girls.
That's all anyone ever cares about.
kind of true. Yeah, you're not wrong.
All right, cool. So Doom, White Fox, Luna Snow, and who's the guy? The guy is who I was pointing at, right? No, wait, let me see. Let's have a look again. No, it's not that.
Yeah,
guy.
I think there's two guys. There's one guy that looks like a totem, and I think the other guy looks kind of homelessy.
Homelessy is crazy.
Don't know how to explain it, but yeah,
I know who you're talking about. All right, let's see. All right, do you know what? Just because you've convinced me, an Artworld tour, I'm gonna put Luna Snow most likely, honestly, and I'm gonna.
Be him.
And
Bro, hold on, let me show you the picture I find, bro.
All right, go on.
This looks sick. Like the team looks good, bro. I don't think it's gonna be the case. It would be so sick if they did do it at Artworld tour. But look at that cover with the characters on it.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I just think you've actually just convinced me. Like, I don't see. You have to give these guys teams. Doom only has one recognized team, as far as I can tell, and Doom's division is that, right? So, doesn't it have to be that? How can it not be that? Nah,
they
honestly,
actually do call it Doom Division. Yeah, they do call it Doom Division as well as Tiger Division. They call it
Doom Division. Yeah, man. Because when you said Tiger Division, when I was looking up when you last said it, I was like, I don't see Doom in there. But then Doom Division is actually where he reorganizes it. So, and as it says it reorganizes with White Fox. Let's see. Where was the other one?
White Fox, Arrow,
Wave, Luna.
The guys I don't know. Because all the girls are in Marvel Snap. The guys aren't. The guy characters aren't in Marvel Snap, so I don't actually know them. I just know, the totem guy, who's like a living totem, mad. The Superman.
Tay1 is the Superman that you're talking about. Tay1.
Okay, yeah. That guy next to Doom looks a little bit like him. A little bit.
Man, that would be honestly, I think in terms of like troll picks and insanity of like picks, I think that would be the most out there, honestly.
That would be the craziest pick. I think it's a cool one. I just think it's one of those, again, that it's just boxed in. Like, depending on how they're going to do DLC, there's not much room for DLC in the Doom team.
I mean, you could go 3 women and just go straight Charlie's Angels, but I don't think that's going to happen. Oh! But Wave. Oh, Wave is associated with Namor.
Is she? I didn't know that.
I believe so. I believe so. Let me look. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. My ignorance. Sorry, I didn't know there were so many characters from Korea in Marvel. Division educated me.
So this one actually surprisingly is Filipino. She is a water-based. Wait, let's see. Water-based Cebuano? Oh, this is like a ethnicity. Cebuano people. So either Cebuano or Cebuano. So sorry if I'm butchering that. Protecting the Philippines. So she's a Filipino hero. So Wave, I can't lie, yeah. Do you know what it is? Wave would be one of those characters where someone would be like, who the hell is this? And then see the moveset and be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Wave, Luna Snow, Doctor Doom, and either White Fox or Tay1, like you said, the male hero. Arrow, I don't know who Arrow is. Is Arrow male or female? Let's take a look.
Female.
Wait, so everyone is female. So literally there's like one guy on the entire team.
There's one guy and there's one like nature, because he's a totem robot. I think there's a robot and there's a totem guy.
Okay. Doom's Division robot. And then we'll just cool, because we spent a long time on this one. Should be called robots, antagonists. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll have to see. I honestly, if you were to put a gun to my head, I would say, and I had to get at least 2 of them right, I would say Luna Snow, Wave, White Fox, and Doom. And that's the team. What about you? And as a result, I'm going to make it reflect that. Sorry, go ahead.
I want it to be Division now. I think
you're right. I've never been more sure that you're right, except right now. It's insane.
Okay. This was my initial knee jerk. Oh, I know there's a team of Doom. Let me look who's on there. I was like, oh, they're all from Korea. He wills the team Korea. It has to be this. Then I came up with the Battle World thing long term seems like a safer bet. Because at first I was like, yeah, Doom team, bang, this is it. But then if I think how they're going to expand on the team, I'm like, there's a very small window on how many characters you can add to this team. But with the Battle World thing, it's infinite. Basically, you can put anyone on there. So
true.
But this all depends on when they do the next DLC, if that's a brand new team. If I knew that the 4 coming out with a Fantastic Four, I would go Doom Division. Because I know they're not trying to go, here are the 5 teams, and the DLC will expand on these teams.
Right.
So
that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. So if the DLC is Fantastic Four, I go Doom Division. If the DLC is characters for the already established teams, then I think it's the Battle World thing.
Yeah, and that's for, I'm kind of the same. I think it's a bit of a mix up in terms of like, are they going to go for established teams and all 4 will come in the same pack, or will it be like staggered out across different seasons? The problem with staggering out across different seasons is like you're gonna have to wait like 4 seasons for your whole team to be made, and that feels brutal. But the flip side is that if you don't care about the Fantastic Four, then you're gonna skip the whole season. So what makes more business sense?
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
that is true. Yeah.
So it's rough. It's rough. I'm not too sure. Look, Miles Morales, I'm gonna put in DLC.
Unfortunately, yeah.
And Spider-Gwen, I'd also put in DLC.
Oh, both of them.
And
you're not putting Spider-Man, what's it, 2099?
I'm putting them in DLC as well. I'm putting them all in DLC.
Oh my. Alright, just want Spider-Man, the game, the fighting game. Okay, cool.
I don't. Oh, so you want to
put Madam Web in there as well.
No. All right, no. Least likely. All right, no problem.
Madam Web, Spider-Punk. Everyone loves Spider-Punk. Silk.
Nah,
Spider-Punk's
yeah, go on. Spider-Punk, no chance. Silk, no chance. Silk, honestly, I think would be very cool, but like everyone was gonna be like, well, where's Gwen? Where's Spider-Gwen? It wouldn't work. So Penny Parker, I'm gonna say unlikely.
Penny Parker's the only cool fucking Spider-Man, by the way.
The only cool one. I kind of agree. And honestly, do you know what? Honestly, I want to say likely, but no, I can't say likely because we're talking base roster. I'm gonna say DLC. Because Penny Parker as well. Like, I think in terms of like robot character, mecha, like it just feels like it makes sense from a Japanese perspective if you allow the Japanese to just make whoever they want. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Shogun says Miguel would be sick. Yeah, Miguel O'Hara would be sick, but I don't really see it happening. Is Spider-Man the DBFZ Goku of Tokon? Says tells Mr. E. Yeah, kind of. Spider-Man. I could see more Spider-Man appearing, honestly. I think you'll see probably at least 1 or 2 more Spider-Man before the game's done. But we'll see. Gamora
Drax.
Oh, God.
I think Gamora's likely, but not Drax, which is kind of a... Oh, actually, no, hold on. Wait a minute.
Go on. Mm.
If you're correct about the Adam Warlock, then I think Drax is most likely. Yeah, because Drax and those people have beef, I believe.
Okay, interesting. So you're gonna throw in most likely. I don't have the strongest opinion, so I'm gonna go with what you're saying actually in that. But I'm putting Adam Warlock there actually, so I'm putting Adam Warlock most likely. So, but the problem is now
I think the people that made Warlock, I think killed Drax's family. I think.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see.
I think that's how it worked.
Right.
Yeah.
Shogun says Nebula.
Uh,
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I think Groot is like highly likely, personally. Rocket and Groot. Rocket and Groot.
I want them to do Groot and Rocket. We've had Rocket.
I agree.
With Groot, I want Rocket as the sidekick. I want Groot as the character you pick, and Rocket to assist Groot. That's what I want.
I agree.
I want a big body with a gun. With a gun assist. I'm down for it. I think that's so sick. But
I can see it happening, in all honesty. I could definitely see them putting him in. But the problem is, obviously, is that, like, in terms of the current team leaders, like, where would he possibly be? Like, if Star-Lord was a team leader, that's an easy slam dunk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know where he goes. Maybe DLC. Maybe they do Team Cosmic. Maybe they do a Cosmic team. And then he can go on the Cosmic team.
As much as I don't want to agree, I actually do agree with you. He probably does go DLC. Yeah. I think that's Philavel. This white-haired one right here.
Okay. I don't know her.
Yeah, I would say kind of unlikely. She's I would say probably unlikely. She's a Kree. She's
okay. Well, I want to immediately, now that you said that, big up the Krees.
Big up the Krees. But okay, wait. Yeah. I put Captain Marvel and Philavel as unlikely. I think if I'm going to do that. Now, let's move up to likely, honestly. Let's move up to likely. Or Moondragon.
Kree have...
Go ahead.
I think all the worlds are going to have like a meaningful spot in the story. To invoke... what's it called? Shia out of nowhere. They're going to be talking about the Kree. They're probably talking about the Skrull homeworld. I don't know how I don't know how Nova doesn't get in this game. I just don't know, like story wise, because it's happening in space. Like, how is the Nova Corp not going to know or not be involved? I don't know.
True. But if the Nova Corps is involved, who does Nova join?
That's what I'm saying. DLC might be space.
All right, you know what? If you're going to do that, then that has to be Nova, Philavel. Where's Nova? Let's find Nova on this list, because Nova has to go on there, like you're saying. Raw, say swear this thing don't know bull. Where's Nova?
That's kind of crazy.
Is doo-doo butt, bruv. What is going on? Bro, I'm seeing Jubilee in here, but no Nova. Like, I'm not the biggest Nova fan, but come on, let's be reasonable here. Come on, what are we doing?
Tourist, bruv. Tourist.
Legit tourist. Like, what are we doing here?
You know they're a tourist because they put MODOK, because they remember MODOK for free, but they probably don't remember Nova. That's mad. How do you put MODOK over Nova?
I'm seeing Jeff the Landshark, who's probably going in, likely, by the way.
Oh,
Jeff
the rival player.
I know, DLC. But Jeff the Landshark,
Rivals. Rivals has done so much damage to the Marvel community.
Because most people are like, they just see these characters and get Vietnam flashbacks and like, this character's toxic, I don't want him in any game ever again. But this is it Valkyrie or Vanguard? Valkyrie. Vanguard is in Overwatch, right?
That's Angela.
No, it's Vendetta. Angela, thank you. Angela,
yeah.
Thank you.
Same sort of thing. Just what's it? For what's that place called? Where does 4 come from? How have I forgot this? Asgard. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's Asgardian. She's an Asgardian.
Yeah.
She was in Rivals not too long ago, I think.
Yeah, but can 4 DLC. You get 4
Muscle
in the
Mummy.
game.
Yeah.
Muscle Mummy. You get 4 like showing up in the trailer. She shows up in the trailer. You know, all the rest of that. And then you put all the others in there. You put like Hela. You put Hela if Hela's in this. Let me see. I don't see Hela.
I don't see Hela.
Yeah, I don't see Hela. Right. So, Doctor Strange, I think likely, even though I'm saying Brother Voodoo. Oh, whoops. That is set to DLC, but I want to set to likely. I want to even say most likely, but I'll say likely for now because, again, I think the team leader structure has almost ruled him out. I can't imagine that he's there in his power level and his qualities to not be a team leader.
My wish. It is my birthday very soon. I'm going to get a cake and personally buy the cake. I'm gonna personally buy and light those candles, blow the candles out, and wish that the DLC is the Defenders and Stranger's Captain. That'd
be fantastic.
Amazing. Strange, Hulk, Silver Surfer, Namor, all the characters I want. All of them.
All right, where's Silver Surfer? Is Silver Surfer? Wait, why is
He's on that list, yeah.
Oh, I see Silver Surfer. I was like, why is Namor here and not Namor? Morph. Morph is here and Silver Surfer isn't. I'm gonna put Silver Surfer as DLC. I'm gonna put Deadpool as DLC.
Yep, made that money.
Yep, easy money. I'm gonna put Magneto as DLC. Morph is just like, why is he there?
I think Morph is
a great function.
Morph not being in any fighting games a troll. He literally can be anyone.
Agree. He's a great function.
He's the Mokujin. The Mokujin of Marvel. What do you mean?
He is a Mokujin of Marvel. And honestly, this is a conversation I've had recently. I said, I feel like the Shang Tsung archetype is so seldom used because I think either devs don't know how to balance it or they just don't want the hassle. Like, they just can't be bothered. Like, or they just don't think it's very good, right? But the reality is, you could find ways to make him very interesting, right? Like, you could make it limited in the way that you adapt people's movesets. You could just have him switch for like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. You could do all sorts of things. And you could, I don't know, but people don't really seem to be interested in that archetype. So I guess it's whatever. Moon Knight, you're going to say likely.
Yep,
right?
I want it.
You want it, but
yeah,
do you
I'll
think
go
that he's going to be there? Okay, cool. Likely.
Likely, yeah, I'll go likely. Let me do one more, then I've got to jump off.
No problem.
We'll
continue this later.
I don't want to do Blade, fuck him.
Nico already said, right. Pick one. Out of all of those that you see, pick them.
I'm going to go with... Who is... Okay, let me not worry about the ones I don't know. I think Domino would be cool as well. I think Domino is a very stick type of character for a fighting game.
I don't disagree, but how likely would you think the character like that would be? I think pretty honestly,
purely because of the power and the look, Arxis might be interested. Like, okay, the panda face, and what's her power? Oh, she just wins.
She just wins.
She's just lucky. Yeah, she
make
always
him moves fail and stuff. Like, that's what she's gonna do. By the way, I'm gonna put Nightcrawler in least likely, but yeah, go on.
Yeah, she's got the whole gunslinger sort of thing. Yeah, I think if there's a lot of characters, I think when you present them to a team, they can go, oh, okay, I know exactly what I'm going to do with them. And there's some characters, I think they're going, that's not been done before. I can understand why, because it's hard, but let's have a shot at it. I think artists are those people. I think they're going to see the power of Domino and go, but how do we translate that to a fighting game? That's not RNG.
I can see where you're going with that one. Okay. All right.
Problem is, I don't know what team she goes in.
Oh, you're not making a great case.
I don't know what team she goes. I don't know if she's from New York. I don't think she's from New York. And I don't think she's an X-Men.
She would go with Deadpool. I mean, I associate with Deadpool because she's X-Force, right? X-Force has Deadpool.
Oh, she X-Force. Okay.
She's X-Force.
Okay.
So X-Force could be Domino, Deadpool. She'd be DLC.
Okay.
Yeah? You're cool with that?
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Cool. All right. And then to finish it off, right? That's right, boys. There you know it, yeah. Fantastic Four. most likely we're gonna put all 4 of them up there, right? I can't see where Invisible Woman is, but she's around there somewhere. Where the hell is she?
Buzz.
But you know it, right? We're putting all 4 of them up there. Fantastic Four, most likely. DLC. Well, actually, no, it's DLC. It's DLC. At this point, because there's no way, right? Because honestly, because the team leaders are set, it's not really going to happen. But it's so bizarre. I get it, right? I get what you guys are saying about like who the hell cares. But if you're doing a 4, surely you just do all 4 of them as that, man. It's so weird not to. So weird not to. But either way, it is what it is. I'm gonna lock this in, and we'll talk about it again. We'll reconvene at a different time. But that's a work in progress. So, like Shogun says, the first family. Like, how could you have the first family and disrespect them like that? But listen, everyone's disrespecting. It's the slop era. Everything's trash, including the Fantastic Four.
True. Yep. It's not true.
Either way. Right. So, this has been Talkin Tokon, episode 5. Hope you guys have enjoyed. We will be back in a couple of weeks after Arc World Tour. There will be a lot to talk about, I'm sure. And we'll discuss all the new footage, perhaps even the new reveals that we're seeing. We'll get all of that going, and I'm sure there'll be loads of content. I'll be in probably about 2 weeks' time. What is it now? Is it 20th? 21st, 22nd is when they'll most likely show it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So in that case, we will see you guys in a couple of weeks. I'm Chrome Alchemist. This is C4. Earthbender Charlie is a black screen, but normally he is there and he will be there next time. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and you will see us again. Where can they find you, C4, if they want to find you?
I am C4IQ on Twitter and Twitch. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
all right. Yeah, that's it. And myself at Chrome Alchemist on Twitter, and also Advancing God TV on YouTube. If you want to check this, this is also being streamed. This is being live streamed on Advancing God TV, where you will also find all my videos, including this podcast, the VOD of this podcast, breakdown videos, all kinds of stuff right now. I said last time the Danger Breakdown was going to be uploaded. I dragged my feed with that one. But funny enough, because we've got more, footage out, I can actually make that more in depth. So hopefully within the next 24 to 48 hours, you will see that. I will be posting that and clips from that. Hope you enjoy. Regardless, you will see match footage and all the rest of that. Anything to do with me, you will see up there. So either way, safe you, man. Stay out of trouble. And this has been Talkin Tokon. Thank you very much. Safe, safe, safe.